Hello everybody, and welcome! Does the picture look correct? It looks for some reason very zoomed in to the top left in my preview. I'm currently on my way to actual YouTube where, no, it does look correct. How does the sound sound? Yeah, that's odd that the preview's so wrong, but it looks good on YouTube. So welcome everybody! Hope you are having an excellent evening. I am just going to be sharing around the link on a couple of places. And then we shall begin. And yes, we're going to be playing it on the Game Boy player, of course. Was that time even right? No, that's not the correct time. The GameCube clock doesn't seem to stay so synced anymore, it would appear. But yes, just give me one moment and we're good to go. Let's see what we got in the comments here already. Wow. Wario, waha! Thank you, Milesluigi, for the confirmation there. The three Luigis, you recently beat the original Wario Ware. And you couldn't beat Wario 2 as a kid. The original Wario Ware is just my absolute favorite. It is just so much fun. And it's one of those series where I feel like it was like at its best in the beginning. The other ones are good, don't get me wrong, but the first one is the one that I could just play over and over and over again. Okay, so let's see here. Hopefully that's the right link. It looks like it. We might as well get the opening cutscene going, I suppose. Give everybody something more to watch than just the GameCube intro screen. Thank you, Mario Kid 64. Hope you're having a great evening. But yeah, this was just such a cool idea back in the day. And unfortunately, it kind of killed the Wario Land series. After this, there would only be one more Wario Land game, despite the fact that in like the 5 years previous to this, there had been 3 Wario Land games, and I really miss Wario Land. And the screen is supposed to be shaking like that, I hope, yeah. It's just Wario's funky TV, I guess. So, tonight we're going to be trying our best to beat my childhood high scores, where many of the scores that we're going to be seeing are things I set like way back in the day. There's probably been a little improvement here and there over the years, but overall it's a lot of stuff that I achieved. We're talking like 15 years ago. So it's going to be fun seeing if we can beat that. Do the sound levels still sound okay even with the game audio coming through now and not just like the low GameCube menu music? And of course, this is also the game where all these kind of crazy characters get introduced that would never appear in like any other kind of games other than the WarioWare games. It would have been cool to see like some of these cross over with other Mario characters. What about Wario Land 4, Wario Land Shake It? Wario Land 4 was before Wario Ware Inc. And then Wario Land Shake It is the Wario Land game I'm referring to, which came out after. And Wario World, I mean, not technically a Wario Land game, but you're correct in that it obviously has some similar elements. I was going to give one more listen on my phone here to see if the audio levels are to my liking, and then we'll begin. The opening will probably restart at some point. Alright, it sounds pretty darn good actually. It's weird because GameCube and such, for some reason seem to sound louder than other consoles. But alright, let's just get comfy here. Because we're gonna need to be in the least stressful position possible as we take on some of these high scores. Now, as a kid, I had a goal where I wanted to try and get 100 points in every single mode. And I wasn't so successful in many areas. Dribble and Spits were definitely, like, the one I was best at. And we're going to be going through every single one of these tonight, even the ones I've already gotten 100 on. Starting from the bottom and working our way up and seeing just how high we can go. Can we get 9volt to 100 points? I guess we'll probably do the reviews with Jimmy as well. Dr. Krieger over 100. Orbeal on 97! If only my IQ and my brain had not crapped out 3 points before 100, we could already be there. Cat and Nana, 8 away from 100. And Wario 72. So that's what we're looking at tonight, and that's what we're going to be trying to beat. Loud Cube. Yeah, really, right? It seems like it's like 3 times as loud as every other console, so I always have to adjust the volume. If at any point it seems like the volume setup is not great, let me know and I'll adjust some settings. And the only thing I think I'm missing here is Poyoro 2, and I believe you get that by beating every single kind of high score on the grid. But as much as I love this game, there's just some times where it's like, you know, I can't make myself play basketball 25 times and beat every single one of these. I've probably done maybe half-ish of them. Cat Nana's games were never my favorite. I don't know, the whole nature theme, I guess, never got to me. I'm industrial electronics all the way. With that, one last drink, and I think we're going to start with Wario here. And Wario's very interesting because he only has 10 games in his loop. Like, every time it's 9 games and then the boss. And that means that his games start to speed up much quicker. Because... actually, I'll explain what we're playing. Why not? I think everybody understands how Wario works. WarioWare works. So the first time you beat a boss, the games level up. The second time you beat a boss, the games level up again. But then there's only 3 levels. So after games have leveled up twice, rather than leveling up again, they start speeding up. And it never speeds back down. So things eventually get really fast. And since there's a boss every 10 games in the introduction Wario here, it means that things get fast really fast. And then combine that with the fact that the games are higher leveled. And, yeah, things are pretty crazy. So we're beating, like, what, 60-something I think was the high score in this? So let's just try and get up there. And, it's not like, you know, one try each. If this ends really fast, we can, of course, try Wario again. I'm also going to have to try to look at the comments while I'm doing this. Hello! Thank you very much for joining this evening. This one was always a pain. Sometimes it comes from the other side. And see, just like that, we're already at the boss. Now, after a boss stage, the speed goes back to normal with the exception of, again, after those bosses in which it doesn't level up anymore, it just kind of speeds up. And this, you gotta press it right when the punching bag turns red in front of you, and then you gotta hit it again when it comes around, and there you go. We beat the introduction, everybody. And you get introduction time. Yeah, that's just us right now. Mikey, hello! Welcome, thank you so much for joining tonight. The preview still looks very wrong, which is very weird. As long as all of you say it looks good. I'm actually going to pause for a second because I want to look at the live stream myself. The preview looks very, very bad, but when I checked the live stream, it looked fine. I'm actually going to pause for a second because I want to... Yeah, okay, that's just weird. YouTube is being weird. Hard to believe, I know. Mario Artist 3D Studio had something like WarioWare. Yeah, I know that some of these really basic games were kind of pulled from that. In Mario 3D Studio, you could also like change the graphics that those games used. Mario 3D Studio on the N64 DD is very strange. Remember beating the boss gave you a life if you lost any. So yes. You start every single kind of round with 4 lives, right now indicated by those meters, and of course losing a minigame will cause you to lose a life. If you are missing any lives, beating a boss will give you 1 back, but you can't go above 4, so you also need to keep that in mind as well. This makes it really important that you beat bosses, because by losing a boss, not only does it mean you lose a life, it means that you also don't get 1 back, so you can be like down 2 rather than being up, which is, you know, not a good thing. So it especially hurts when you lose bosses, and they gradually get more difficult again as they level up. Like in this case, the punching bag is a little bit heavier this time, but we should be good. It's very scary as it comes back around the front, and yeah. Alright, 20 games in a row without losing a life yet. Hey, I didn't know you streamed the Jade Wizard. You played the GameCube version of this game as a kid. The GameCube version was awesome for multiplayer. I have had some incredible times playing multiplayer games. Crown Official. This game is bop. It certainly is. Yeah, I had some incredible multiplayer fun on the GameCube one with friends. Unfortunately, in terms of multiplayer, the GameCube one's kind of not so great. It's just like a really watered down version of this, without any of the charm. But for multiplayer, I highly recommend the GameCube one. It's really awesome. Okay, here we go. Again, things don't get too difficult until, like, it starts speeding up. So again, we're on level 3 right now, and then after we beat the boss this time, since it can't level up to 4, because 3 is the max, things just kind of keep getting faster at that point. And that's when it starts to get pretty crazy. But I love it. I love when it gets difficult, and yeah, that game, interesting. Here we go. Which side's it going to come from? Because it's level 3, it's going to start coming from the right. There we go. Will I play a Wario Ware in VR? That would be awesome. That would be really weird, but it would probably also be awesome. After this round, I'm going to have to rearrange my laptop so it's easier for me to view it while I'm kind of mid-game. Wario Ware, it's like, the reason I was kind of inspired to play this was back when I was reviewing all the Game & Watches, because Wario Ware is a lot like Game & Watches. It's just fast-paced craziness non-stop. Doesn't always necessarily make sense, but it's fun regardless, and that's what's important, right? Okay, so there you go. We're pretty much at the limit now, so that's all 3 levels up, and now, see, it just keeps getting faster. It doesn't level up anymore. So level 3, but like with extra speed. It can jump sometimes, so you gotta be very careful of that. I think we're about halfway to beating the record. The thumb and the index finger, that's all that matter. There we go. You believe that at like 40, it's as tough as the final WarioWare at level 1. Of course, the final WarioWare... I don't know what I was trying to achieve there. Now, this is thankfully an easy game. So we can get back to the boss now without losing another life and successfully beat the boss. We can just, you know, get that life back. So this game is really annoying because it jumps automatically. So if you kind of mess up a jump, then it doesn't feel so great. Okay, one more game to the boss. Yeah, alright. Just gotta get the boss now. And again, the boss is faster now, because normally when you get to a boss game, it speeds back down to slow speed. But once you're at, you know, past level 3, it just kind of keeps getting faster. Which means we have to wait less for the punching bag to kind of come back. Yeah, alright. 4 lives again. It feels really good to get back up to max there. The sandbag has... Yeah, okay. Ooh, right. I also like how the music starts getting pretty funky when it gets really fast. Okay, okay. You really have to wait to the last second to see if it's gonna jump. Alright, yeah, sometimes just don't want to touch that one. Alright, alright. Oh, shoot. Ooh, nice. I don't know how much of this I can take. Really, I have a whole night of this coming up. I'm already starting to kind of freak out. Okay, okay, okay. Whoa, that was close. All right, here we go. Almost 50. That's halfway to 100, but we're probably not going to get to 100. This just gets way too fast. Heck yeah! Crown Official, Wario and Waluigi have great music, doesn't matter. Waluigi needs his own game. Oh, I tried to wait, but it was just too fast. Oh no, alright. We're over 50 points, everybody. This is when I fall to pieces. Oh, still caught the stick, though. That zone's pretty tough when it gets fast. Yeah, 50 is obviously like there's no time to react to that one. Oh, it was going so well until 50. That was awesome, though. And, oh, look at how many times I lost right around 65. I feel like we'll give that one more shot. I should have. I like how the tape rewinds, too. That's just such a cool effect. I have fixed the laptop now, so I can much easier see all of your comments. Wow, it's way too slow now. It's happening, said the Jade Wizard. Well, it was. I apologize. Thankfully, this one doesn't take long to get back up there. And it's level 1, so don't need to worry about jumping potatoes. Welcome everyone, though, who's watching the stream. I hope you're having an awesome night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Usually on the soccer ball and car, you don't have to move. Interesting. These are all strats we can try out. Psycho Waluigi was fun. I've seen a Let's Play of Psycho Waluigi. Very cool game. Imagine playing this, then finding out that... I can't look again. Wario Land 4 exists, and everything sounds like this game, right? Yeah. It's funny how some of the things definitely kind of come right from that. Wario Land 4 is amazing, though. Again, I really miss Wario Land. I wish we'd get some, more games for it. Wario Land Shake It is really great, though, to anyone who's never checked it out. I think it's even on the Wii U's eShop. Wonder if it looks nice on, like, an HD console. When a game is so fast that when you start over, it's so slow. Yeah, right? Like, oh, this feels awful. This just feels like... I wish it would speed up again. It gets to that point where, like, it's so slow that you kind of start zoning out and you're more likely to actually make a mistake. I love when it gets, really fast, though. And we can do this again. Alright, back up to 10. It's getting slightly more difficult. But yeah, so this is what the night's going to consist of. We probably won't do them all twice. If I'm really satisfied with, like, a run, we're not going to do it again. I'm really excited for things like 9 Volt. Of course, all retro game themed, which is really awesome. But I've always hated 9 Volt's boss. You can be amazing at retro games, and then you get this boss thrown at you that has pretty much nothing at all to do with retro games. So that kind of brings into play that fact where not only if you lose that are you losing a life, but you're not gaining one either. And I find that kind of is the biggest roadblock I have with 9 Volt. So we'll see how that goes. 9 Volt's also a person who has a boss every 15 games, so it speeds up quite significantly. Wario's the only one who has a boss every 10. Otherwise, it's usually every 15 or every 25. I also really like how in this game the counter starts at 0. I always hated in the later Wario Ware games when it started at 1. Like, why? Why do I start with 1 point? I didn't do anything. I don't want freebies. It's like when you play a game on the hardest difficulty and then you play it on the easiest. You question what you're doing with your life at that point. Haven't we all? Okay, so we got Punch and Bag Mania again. The boss of Wario 2 is awesome. This boss is very basic by comparison. Boom! The baseball boss, you'd say it's a reference to Mario sports games. No, it was actually a toy that Nintendo created back in the day. There's a few references in 9 Volt to toys, like the Ultra Arm and the vacuum cleaner. Those were all like toys that Nintendo made back in their toy making days. And yeah, the baseball one kind of follows that, but you can't practice that. I guess unless you owned it, but it still wouldn't be the same thing. Whoa, I don't think you can be any closer than that. Alright, we're about halfway back to where we were before. Gotta get Wario dressed up for the day. This is, of course, the first game where he ever wore that get-up. And, I don't know, I feel like it's almost more it's almost more iconic now than his other clothes. There we go. If you miss even once in that game, you're done, so you gotta be kind of careful. We want them to release their original playing cards. You can still buy Nintendo playing cards on their Japanese website. You can buy all sorts of things. You can buy, like, a Go board on their Japanese website. The Japanese Nintendo website is a lot more representative of their past, where they don't really talk, I think, about like the fact they used to make cards and toys on their American one. It's kind of interesting. Okay, here we go. We have to win this one, because I need that life back. Yeah, the one where you drive the car down the street, once that gets to the 3rd difficulty and to the fastest speed, it's really hard to anticipate what's going to happen. Though I missed. Am I the only person in Smash who always switches to normal getup of Wario? I mean, right? As someone who absolutely loves the Wario Land games, that's definitely what I would do if I played Wario. I mean, I love the Wario Ware games too. I waited, I'm like, okay, that's enough waiting, and then it jumped. I guess I'm just not meant to get a better score in Wario 1. Yeah, I'm definitely not meant to get a better score in Wario 1. Falling to pieces here. That was a good one, though. It's okay, let's get back to 4 lives. If I don't lose the next 17 games, we can get back to 4 lives again. And then, of course, you get this one. Oh, there you go, I guess to go going to the left, and it paid off. Alright. Yeah, so if I just stayed in the middle for that one, I guess I wouldn't have taken damage. It feels way too risky to do that, though. Spotlight. There we go. Dr. Krygor needs his own game. Dr. Krygor is awesome. I especially love his music in this one. Ugh. I just press A and pray for the best in that game, honestly. Okay, here we go. Spar Wario, do your thing. Whoa. Boom. All right, 3 lives. Let's do it. High score of Wario 1 is 68. So we're pretty close then. I saw the question mark at the end of that dodge. I guess that indicates that you won't actually have to dodge. Appreciated. Oh, a second too early. Now we can't get back to 4 lives again. It's weird. Our first try was actually better than this try. So if I just stayed in the middle, I would have been mushed. That would not have worked. Thankfully, that's probably like one of Wario's easiest games. This one's also not bad. I am playing with the GameCube controller, which is interesting. I know a lot of people don't like playing Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube with their GameCube controller. Oh, whoa! I mean, I thought I was doing as good as I could, but I guess I could have gotten one of them a little faster. So yeah, all my movements are being done with a control stick, which has never bothered me, for whatever reason. And it's funny that I do that, despite the fact I own the extremely sought-after controller that kind of looks like a Super Nintendo controller on the GameCube. But yeah, I've just never had a problem using a GameCube controller. Got my Wavebird wireless, lets me sit back and just enjoy the game. Okay, here we go. We're over 50 again. Too early every time. And that's the time I don't jump. Okay, I think it's clear we're not getting too much higher over 50. You've reached maximum velocity and then instantly lost. Obviously, as a kid, something about 65 is just where I could not get past. And there was a comment here about 68. If only you had got one more. Yes. Shark be like, nope. Save states? No way. Use your Microsoft brand GBA. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I think I think we'll have to accept the fact that we're not beating Wario 1's high score, but it's time for Jimmy and all his crazy sports games. I don't know. Jimmy was never my favorite for whatever reason. And actually, I'm not paying enough attention to my high scores before we go in. We're aiming for at least 44, but 55 ideally. Like, I think that should be easily beatable. That seems really low. Okay. Well, there we go. 1 down. 55 to go if we want to beat it. And we got Rally in the Tennis. Oh, yeah. See, I think the reason I didn't like Jimmy too much is just because a lot of his games feel like really slow at first. Of course, it picks up later on. But it's just in the beginning, it's just like, okay, I guess I'm playing a game. So I can understand the idea of using save states, not that I ever would, but like it will at least let you instantly get to the part that's kind of more fast-paced, where right now it's kind of really slow. Yeah, Jimmy's not your favorite either. Yeah, totally, right? But after this, what should we do? Should we start with dribble and spits, or should we start from the right and go like 9-volt Mona, dribble and spits? Probably dribble and spits next, I think? Or maybe Mona. Maybe we'll go like middle, left, right. I could see myself doing that. For some reason, I always kind of imagine Mona as being third. 9-volt next. Mona. All right, we got some debates going on in the chat, which is totally cool. Mona gang. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Woohoo! Did everyone else go through that skateboarding phase as a kid, brought about by Tony Hawk, and then immediately realize you sucked at it and stop? Alright, so boss stage. Yes, Jimmy is every 15, and it's pretty much a punch-out bootleg. So you just kind of gotta wait for him to come in, dodge, punch. But it gets much more difficult later on. I think later versions of the boss even have like a supercharged punch that can just knock you out in one hit. So that's pretty spooky. You picked up longboarding because of it. I love her boss level, but then again, you love most of the bosses. Yeah, the bosses are great. I hate Mona's boss. We went through a phase with rollerblades thanks to Jet Set Radio, says Milesluigi. I could totally understand that. Jet Set Radio is awesome. And there we go. Again, nothing too difficult here. This one's got to get your angles. Go, man, go! That actually counted somehow. The ball was a lot slower than I was anticipating, despite the fact that I was just criticizing the game for being so slow. Alright, already up to 18. Gotta do a thing like that. I've played enough Mario Party to not have any issue with mashing the A button. This one you have to hold A, it's kind of weird. This one we gotta jump. We're like a duck or something. You went through a track phase, the 3 Luigis, thanks to Sonic. Interesting. Alright, if I lose the curly game, I'm officially not Canadian anymore. Okay, well, I'm taking the hard way around, but sure, why not? I wasn't ready for that. No, the glove's slowly getting smaller, but we still know how to play baseball. And we gotta defend the nets, and the ball starts doing some pretty funky things later on, but it seems like we're still pretty good. Jimmy's cell phone's very outdated, though. Whoa! No, volleyball was never my best sport, honestly. All I remember is one day in, like, elementary school, doing, like, a header with the ball, and it really hurt. I don't know if you're supposed to hit a volleyball with your head. Honestly, I never asked anyone who plays volleyball. I actually don't think I know anyone who, like, takes volleyball seriously. But if you do, that's totally cool. It's a spiritual successor to Jet Set. Cyberfunk. Rush Cyberfunk. No. I know about Cyberpunk. Everyone's been talking about that. Okay, here we go. So, he has 4 hearts now, but same idea. I think this one might have, like, the super punch, though, when he gets down to 1 heart. Yeah, you really don't want to get hit by that. There we go, though. You went through a video game phase due to gaming. Weirdly enough, it's still here. Yeah, how does that happen? Alright, so here we go. We're at 30 now. And yeah, I don't know what it is about Jimmy. It just feels like it takes a long time to get any points. Okay, so yeah, really gotta press A right at the edge now. Might have to make dinner soon. Good luck on the minigame. Thank you so much! I'm so happy that you were able to stop by, and hope you have an excellent dinner. Okay, so here we go. This is like the easiest game ever. Oh yeah, Jimmy's one that we're definitely only gonna be doing once, and then we'll be moving on to whoa! Okay. He just really doesn't like jumping. And then these... Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a few people who have those games. Like, I think even Dribble and Spitz gets one that's, like, very similar to that. And wow, yeah, so Jimmy, we're already losing. I was criticizing how easy it was, and then suddenly it's not so easy. But it's because a lot of his games come down to the fact that it's just, like, you have to press A at, like, the right time. And if you don't do that, you fall to pieces. So now it's slowly starting to make sense why I guess my high score wasn't too much. But, okay, here we go. We can still play baseball. That's easy enough. You know, yeah, it's the ones that require really accurate A presses that are not my favorite. Right, see, that one's easy enough. Yeah, the games definitely do feel longer. Duck, jump! Almost at a boss. An extra life would be pretty darn cool. I would like to at least make the high score list, which means we have to beat this next boss to get 45. There we go. Even turn that ball invisible, I can still hit it. And we're at the boss now. Okay, I forget exactly what... the level 3 boss is so special. I'm sure it's going to have 5 health. But aside from that... Okay, he's pretty fast. Alright, there you go, 45. We're on the high scoreboards anyway. Knocked off that 44. And we're going to be getting at least 46. There you go. Take that wig off. Play with it with your ambassador points. Yeah, right? The ambassador program on the 3DS was so weird. Wow. Again, that's just one of those accurate A-press ones I thought I had done right, but I guess it wasn't enough. Balance is easy enough. Again, it's those A-press ones that are hard. Let's just get over 50 at least. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, we made the high scoreboard. I think I'll take that as a win for Jimmy. Darn it. Almost 55. Not quite, but for Jimmy, I think that's good enough. Should we check out the Jimmy review ones? Like 56, 83 for that one. Wow. Wonder what made that one so different. But yes, I think next we're going to do Mona, followed by Dribble and Spitz, followed by 9 Volt. You kind of accidentally wasted your points not knowing how many games you got. But lucky and got this game. You do like the face on the W phone. They should have sold those as like a memorabilia thing. Unfortunately, it feels like unless it's something based directly on like the mainline Mario series, it never gets merchandise. Like you'll never see WarioWare merchandise, you know, or like Paper Mario merchandise. You know, the Paper Mario merchandise we want. Watch, they would release some kind of like Origami King thing. I was pressing the wrong direction. That's kind of weird. I guess I was supposed to press right, because it's the right turn, of course. Okay. I think we'll get that life back easy enough. Mona Pizza is here. Yeah, Mona Pizza from Twisted. How many people jammed to that back in the day? Another really good song was the Jimmy Aerobics from DIY. I'll have to admit, that was pretty darn good. Okay, here we go. Paper Airplane. So Mona's... Okay, I don't know what it is about Mona, but I need to get my groove back here. Nintendo doesn't like anyone that isn't Mario, Kirby, Link. I think, yeah, the problem is I'm trying to read the comments. It's all your guys' fault. No, please keep posting comments. I'm having so much fun chatting with the chat here. Hope you're all doing very well tonight. Mona works at Ice Cream Parlor. Yeah. No, it's still owned by Joe. And then, yeah, then she works for Pizza After. She's always in the food business, I suppose. Very, very Paper Mario sticker. Yeah. There was like that advertisement that they had at one point where it's like a little sticker book. That was really cool. Did she avoid paying her taxes? Yeah, she works all these different jobs under different names to avoid having to pay high taxes, probably. Okay, so let's try and beat 2 bosses in a row so we can get all of our lives back. But see, look how fast we got to 15 points for Mona. Meanwhile, it feels like with Jimmy, it took like 4 years to get to 15. There we go. Which outfit? Sure, why not? She didn't do the speed limit? Yeah, Mona does seem to be kind of a, you know, a rebel in that sense, I suppose. Mona is a thug, not gonna lie. Probably. I always find I go the wrong direction. I always like doing it counterclockwise instead of clockwise, but it still works, so I guess we won't complain too much. Okay, I was just testing it. See, you're driving the car, and I press right on the control stick, or rather, I think it should be right, because that makes sense. If you're driving the car, turning to the right would turn you right, but no, you press down. And it just feels really wrong, so I keep messing that one up. Thankfully that one's easy enough. Here's a tilt. There we go. That's gonna be more than a speeding ticket. Yeah, if Mona really is up to that. There we go. 13. And this one you kind of just do this, and there's this hope for the best. This one you just cut through the log, easy enough. That's why we haven't gotten any new games since Gold. Wario Ware Gold was pretty awesome, right? It was really cool seeing all of like... Oh, wow. I didn't think it was going to bounce all the way into the corner. Okay, we'll definitely do Mona again. I feel like I'm not doing Mona's games justice. I just kind of had to get used to them again, I suppose. And here's Franck, everybody. Franck's first ever appearance. I really like the whole theme of 9V games. I think it's 9V, right? In WarioWare Gold, where it's like, you know, it's not math. It's just like video games, RPG stats. I thought that was really cool. There we go. Wait for WarioWare Switch. Yeah, WarioWare Switch would be cool. I think I'd rather see another Wario Land game just because it's been so long. This is exactly the same as last time. Actually, there might be a couple new outfits. But a WarioWare Switch would be cool. Wario Land Collection would be cool. Just anything Wario related, I would very much welcome. In terms of WarioWare games and how much I've played them, I feel like as the series went on, I played the games less. So like I played this one far and away, you know, more than any of the other games. I played Touched a lot. I played Twisted quite a bit. I played Smooth Moves so-so. And I played DIY not... Oh, darn, I was going way too slow for that. I played DIY a little bit. And then I played Gold quite a bit too, because it actually had like a nice kind of gap. 20... No. Alright, so that was my Mona warm-up. We're going to do a real run this time. Alright, so 67 was what we want. 49 is what we're at least aiming for. And now that we know how to actually play the games, I can catch my toast. So I was cooking a piece of toast the other day, and when it popped up, it literally landed on the floor. I've never seen a toaster do that before. And this is from a toaster that most of the time, like, doesn't even pop it up enough so that you can grab it with your fingers, and somehow it landed on the floor. I just was not meant to eat toast that day. You hate that we can't play Twisted in emulators. Aha, Nintendo, the ultimate DRM, add motion controls to your games. And despite that, though, I'm sure that people have found ways to emulate, like, the Wii sensor bar. I've never emulated Wii. Actually, I guess that's technically a lie if you're considering the WiiWare Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. But I've never emulated a Wii game that needed motion controls. Toaster was mad at you that day. Yeah, it really was. The way that the numbers flip on that page is very strange. It's hard to tell exactly what page you're on. This one's easy enough. You don't know what you did, but it was mad. Twisted is for the GBA. No, I'm talking about, just theoretically. You know, because motion controls on the Switch, how it's emulated. But yes, of course, Twisted is on the GBA. It's weird because I think that in Japan, Twisted came out second and then Touched. While in North America, we got Touched first, which is kind of weird. Like that Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy game. Yeah, alright, time to thread the needle. Something that's actually really tough to do in real life, I find. Dolphin is super amazing, says Isabella the First. Yeah, like Dolphin is pretty cool. That's definitely what I was using when I was doing the WiiWare games. But how does it recognize, like, motion controls? That's what I would be curious about. But welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're all having excellent evenings. My boy GBA on Android can do Twisted with the gyroscope if you're looking to emulate it. I'm not personally looking to emulate it, but thank you, Milesluigi, for posting that for anyone who may be looking to do so. The thread the needle game always loses me a life. Yeah, okay, so darn it was down, right? There you go. Perfect park job. Nintendo Dolphin, yes. And that's just the easiest game ever. Just mash the A button. Alright, speed up. I really want to get to some of the higher scores. And that one, I guess mashing the A button is not the strategy for that one. But thankfully, it's only one life down. We can get that back if we do a good enough job. You can hook up a Wiimote and sensor bar to Dolphin. But how do you plug a Wii sensor bar into your computer? There's probably like a USB adapter for that. Set buttons to map certain motions. Interesting. Very cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for the information. I'm learning a lot tonight. There we go. The ones where you just mash A are always my favorite because it's so effortless. Of course, I like the challenge, too. But I don't mind a good break every once in a while, either. And this one, there we go. Oh, no, 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 no. I was so sure I was going to hit it. As someone who doesn't personally put ketchup on their burger and fries, I guess I just need more practice with that game. Oh, here we go. There we go. Knowing how to sew is very important. I was at an event for a friend once where I had to wear a suit. And I put the suit on, went to button up the suit, and noticed that one of the buttons had come undone and fallen off. But I had a portable sewing kit with me. I was actually able to sew it back on in like 5 minutes. And I was good. So always carry your portable sewing kit and learn how to sew. That's my advice for you today. All the sensor bar is an infrared emitter. Yeah. Bluetooth works for Wii Remote. It picks it up. Cool. Okay, so I think that we're farther now than we were last time, which is pretty good. All right, here comes that toast. Who would put an already bitten piece of bread into the toaster like that? One of these games are weird because they speed up like really quick. All right, yes, didn't lose that one this time. Really small frying pan this time. Pretty much only big enough for that egg. Okay, go. Bluetooth works. Remote picks it up. Okay. This guy, every single time in between games, I tried to look over at the chat, which is probably a recipe for disaster. But I am just having so much fun with all the chatting and stuff. Thank you all so much for joining tonight. Too hungry, ate toast. I'll admit, I've done that in the past, where it's like you're waiting for your burger, and it's like, okay, maybe I'll just take a bite out of the bun. When you're just really desperate. Oh! Oh, that's the worst when that happens. And then, like, once you've failed that initial kind of threading of the needle, it's always harder to thread it the next time. And I didn't even have a chance to avoid that. Oh, so close to being on the high score, but I think that's probably where we'll leave Mona. 49. Wow. All right, but this is it. This is the big guns. Dribble and Spits is my jam. So this one, we're gonna do well. If you want to see some good WarioWare playing, this is where you're gonna get it. I say, as you know, since it's on stream, this is probably going to be terrible. Here we go. Also the best music in the game. Yeah, first game down. Whoa, Astafu, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I'm gonna have to try and read this. This is all a scheme to make me lose lives, isn't it? Awesome stream, you love WarioWare. I will now read the rest of that after this game. Also excited about your Japan news, as either way it works out, your future videos will be great. Oh no. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a really great night, and I hope that you enjoyed the stream. It's 124 the max. Of course it's gonna be great. It's of course, because Dribble and Spits has a boss game every 25. So I pretty much always get to that boss game at 124 and just lose it. He collects that. Yeah, okay, I need to concentrate here. And you also get some of the Wario introduction games thrown in for whatever reason, which always suck when it starts getting really fast. Not like this one. That one's not fun to deal with when you're at like 120 points. Andy! So, this game only has 5 kind of characters for you to insert your name. It's a lot better in Japanese, of course, because, you know, the characters... Your name's not likely to be as long. In my case, unfortunately, my Japanese version of my name is just as long as the English one, both of them being 6 characters. But yeah, obviously my full name cannot fit into just 5 characters. And back in the day, whenever that happened, I used to use Andy, but I've never really cared for that name, personally. Like, I would never tell someone, oh yeah, call me Andy, or if someone said, can I call you Andy? I'd never be like, yeah, sure. I'd be like, eh, I don't know, it's always been Andrew. These days, if I had 5 spaces, I would probably leave out the E, and do like A-N-D-R-W, because technically, if you read that, Andrew, like, without the E, it still kind of sounds the same. But yeah, back in the day, if I didn't have 6 spaces, I usually went with Andy. If I had 3 spaces, it would just be And. Which I know you're supposed to use, like, just the 3 spaces on an arcade machine to put your 3 initials, but I never bothered with that. My initials spell UG, so yeah, people would probably think it's weird. Super Nintendo World. Okay, I need to somehow catch up on all these comments. So yeah, if I went to Japan, I would very obviously go to Super Nintendo World. It was supposed to open in February this month, but it's unfortunately been pushed back until I don't think there's a date for it now, because of the restrictions and such. But yeah, if I'm in Japan, I'm totally going to that and making videos. Your name has 7 letters, 5 letters. Annie, are you okay? Suddenly this turned into a Michael Jackson stream. So the reason I'm so good at Dribble and Spits is because their boss game is a shmup, and shoot 'em ups are totally my thing. I just love this boss game so much. It's very easy at first, it definitely gets more difficult once you get up to level 3, and once you are fully powered up with the shield and 3-way shot, getting another green power-up will just kind of defeat all enemies on screen, which is nice. So gotta get that ball in there, and then you just kind of sit in the middle, and the 3-way shot will do the work for you. Once you get to the higher levels though, there are also red enemies that shoot back at you, and that's kind of when you need to start worrying. Oh man, but I forget. It's been a while. What color do you want for the boss? So this is the boss, and just shooting it right now doesn't do anything other than change its color, but it combines with the red bubble, and then whatever color the dot is after that determines what kind of attack pattern it has. So the purple one seems to kind of circle around the screen and then come to the middle. And what's that have to do to get the purple one? Was it blue when it went in? So these are all things we need to consider, because there's probably one that's easier than like the rest of them, and I would have been smart to remember that beforehand, but we're gonna be figuring it out together. Michael Jackson is an alien, changed my mind. Okay, Here we go. Round 2. Welcome everybody, 17 viewers now. I hope you are all doing absolutely awesome on this Wednesday night. Or maybe even Thursday morning, depending on where you are. Alright, so we're gonna have to worry about the jumping fruit again. Or jumping vegetables. Alright. Not the potatoes. Yeah, the last thing you want is jumping potatoes. And this one, it's the opposite of what we're used to. We actually have to dodge the guy shooting at us from the bottom. And we have to hit Mars. There you go. Don't gotta worry about that red planet anymore. Now this one, there we go. Wait a second, I lost that? I was trying to look over at the chat. I was so sure I was gonna win it that I wasn't even looking at the screen. Alright, can't get overconfident now, obviously. We'll get that life back after the boss. But yeah, wow. Losing lives already. Obviously I need to pause when I look at the chat. But I don't want to pause. Where is Dribble in Diamond City? He keeps having to go... Why? OBS is reconnected. Hello everybody! Are we back then? Hopefully it reconnects. It's back now. Okay, good. Yeah, message popped up saying that OBS disconnected for whatever reason. This happened once before. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but I'm just going to give everyone a second to maybe refresh the page or such, and we'll get back to it. Little do you know, I've secretly been save stating while we were away for a couple seconds though. Wouldn't that be hilarious though? Every time I want to use save states, uh-oh, the internet's breaking. Shh, shh. Still a bit of a lag, though. We are good. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Let's go. Dang OBS. I know, there's just so many things that can go wrong when you're streaming. The internet can break. The programs can go weird. Windows can like automatically try and force an update on you. I actually have a thing that stops Windows from updating. It's like the best program you'll ever download. I remember back in the day as a kid, updates were awesome. It's like, yeah, update means that things are going to get better. And now updates just kind of bog your system down, add junk you're never going to use. And they're like the worst thing ever. Alright, so we're up to round 2 now of the good old shoot 'em up. We'll see if this is where they introduce the red enemies. I see that there's already at least one less kind of green power-up. So we gotta be careful with that. Or there's a few less. And the faster we power up, the better. Feels really good to get the shield. But 3-way shots also nice. I think we're also gonna have to deal with 2 enemies here, instead of 1 like before. And the trick is definitely to kind of just deal with 1 at a time. If you don't make the other one move fast enough, it starts doing that, but thankfully it kind of just went in anyway. Oh, there was a red enemy there. Are we gonna have an opportunity to get a shield this time? No, that's not good. Okay, and there comes a red bullet. Oh, there is a shield. Yes, okay, good, good, good. Very good. So last time, what was it, blue last time? Like, that wasn't a bad pattern. No, blue, blue, blue. There, and blue becomes pink or purple, and now the boss shoots at you, but at least it's easy enough to kind of get some good hits on it when it's in the middle. So I think that will be the strat. We'll always try and get blue, which turns to purple. Whoa, and then in its final stage, okay, this is not what I want. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, all right. My hands are like a freaking sweaty mess right now, which is why I almost messed up on that. You still run Windows 7 to get away from updates. Yeah, I totally get that. Maybe you could find more Silver and Gold Series Game & Watches if you go to Japan. You know, I've honestly really considered that. Japan would be an awesome place for some Game & Watch hunting. And yes, that would definitely be on the agenda. Christian, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a nice night. I also hope that everyone's been able to find the stream again after it broke. Let's hope that, you know, it didn't scare too many people away. Of course, all of the links I've posted now are wrong. I don't know if this is considered like a different stream now, or if YouTube is smart enough to just kind of piece them together. I guess that's like one good thing about Twitch, is that you literally have like one Twitch page, and if anyone ever goes to that, they'll find your stream. Where on YouTube, you have to give like a specific link. Okay, it didn't jump. But okay, we're back up to 4 lives, so I feel a lot better. We'll see how this goes. We're about halfway there. It's at the top of your sub feed. Well, thank you, Crown. Hopefully the word gets out there. It's hard to get your kind of stuff out there when there's just so many other channels these days, but I really appreciate that. You know, people watch me enough that I end up higher on their subscribers feed. That means a lot. There we go. And they start throwing a second round, but like it will never last long enough for them to hit you. This one's easy enough. You just hold right. I love this interpretation of like Mario versus Bowser. Nintendo needs to do more abstract things like that. Gas, gas, gas. Gotta step on the gas. Alright, here we go. This one again, which, whoa! Oh, we already had some practice with. We gotta dodge this one, which is pretty much means go like right to left. This game said Amazon Prime. I wasn't expecting advertisements in my game. That's the thing about paying for an advertisement in a video game. It's kind of like a lifelong investment, huh? If anyone ever goes back and plays that advertisement will always be there. Except in modern games, I guess, you know, updates could either remove an advertisement or change it. But say you go back and play like a sports game from 2005. If it has any ads in it, you know, they're still going to be there if you go back and play it today. And this one again, which has nothing to do with the whole dribble and spits theme, but they had to, you know, pad the numbers somehow, I guess. And yeah, there's 2 versions of this, the Samurai one and the Transformer one. And they both suck once it starts getting really fast. We always wanted the Mario vs. Bowser game to be a full tournament fighter with Mario characters. Wouldn't that have been cool? No! Alright, now we really can't lose the boss, as we want to get that life back. 4. So here we go. This is the most difficult version of the boss, and the last boss before it starts getting faster. And again, it's been a while since I've played this, so I'm going to have to remember what's going on. And you're going to get a lot more red enemies now, which means we need to not get hit by red projectiles, which kind of blend in with the background. I've never really liked seeing them. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, is that a star, or is that a projectile? But okay, and like that. Very good. And we definitely want the 3-way shot. Good. Now, is there any shield at all in the 3rd level? There might be one like a little later. And again, you don't want to wait too long before making these move, because they'll start going like, wait, they shoot now? Oh, whoa, I didn't remember that. I almost went right into that projectile, because I didn't even see it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so that's definitely the strats we got down and pat for that section. This one's a little more difficult. Just keep your eyes on the bullets. And do we get a shield coming up? Yes, we do. There we go. And then all red, but we did it. Okay. So we want blue again. Blue seems to be doing us well, I think. Maybe not. Maybe this is a bad idea. I did take a hit last time, which I wasn't so happy about. Alright, come to the middle. It's not flashing yet. I feel like I should just skip this round, because I'm gonna get hit by the bubble. And it's good, you know, it's not flashing yet means that it's not shooting like the 8-way shot. This one takes a lot of hits. Yes! Back to 4 lives, and there's probably a lot of comments I had no chance to read. Same, it was the top of your YouTube. Thank you so much, Christian. Yeah, and I definitely wanted to post that update so everyone knows when I'm streaming, and that's probably what I'll do from now on. I'll post the update on YouTube and on Twitter, because I know everyone doesn't have Twitter, and I totally don't blame you for that. Whoops. Okay. Gotta get into the mindset. It's faster now. Yeah, hello everyone and welcome back. That's better than most shmups on Steam. Yeah, Steam's, shmup selection is so-so. Okay, here we go. I'm probably not going to be concentrating too much on the chat going forward. But I'll definitely try and get to your comments when we're done. Yeah, I feel like I need to concentrate. That first life was a silly one to lose. Repel is the easiest. You just hold right, and then you kind of just, you know, take a nap. It's Andy. We've already gone over that. That one's hard. I love Dribble and Spit so much, we'll probably do a second round of it if I'm not satisfied with how the first one goes. I mean, I'm not counting myself out yet, though. This is just like the warm-up round, right? The music always sounds awesome when it starts going like really fast. This is the easiest game ever. I hate the cup one. I feel like you just never know when it's going to drop, so it's really hard to sometimes do it. There we go. That's tough when it's really fast. Four, there we go. One more. Haven't seen Wheelie too much. Okay, back to the boss. And unfortunately, as the boss gets faster, it's already as difficult as it's going to get, but it's going to be faster now. You know, it's not a guaranteed win. It's pretty tough. And I just need to concentrate on those bullets. Yeah, they just really start flying. And don't forget, these guys shoot at you this time. There we go. You gotta stay right here. Still, you have to worry about something shooting at you, but we're good. Ha! Okay, okay. Alright. What do we want? Blue, right? Okay, I'll take it. Oh no, 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 no. Yes! Yes, okay. 3 lives going into the hundreds. Here we go. Whew. Oh no! I can swear that some bullets went through a couple of those. Okay, okay. Oh, I missed! My hands are just a mess right now. Close. Close. But not quite. That was good, though. Got over 100, so it wasn't too bad. All right. You're a legend at this game? No, that was terrible at the end there. It gets really fast, but I could have done better than that. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, would you like to see Dribble and Spits again, or would you like to see 9V? That will be the question for the chat. It's really fun. Man, I'd love to get up to like 124. I'd love to break that. I would love to break that. Let's see, the problem with 124 again is that I always get there with 1 life, which means I fail the boss because it's just so fast by that point. That was great. People want to see 9V? Alright, let's do 9V. Let's do some retro games, and you know, if we're having a lot of fun, which I'm sure we will be, but if we're not exhausted by the end, we might come back for one more round of Dribble and Spits. Just because I love Dribble and Spits. But here we go, we're playing some classic Nintendo games, and actually, I take it back. The score was 88, but at least 62. And now we're not going to have that one anymore. Let's play some Dr. Mario. Super Scope. I just love the kind of, you know, collection of retro games that you get to experience with 9V. It was such a good idea of like Nintendo to make this. And I think I'm probably not alone in every WarioWare game. I was always like the most excited to get to 9V and see what Nintendo games would be featured. That was, of course, Balloon Fight. Here we got the Famicom keyboard. Makes no sense to Western audiences. But, of course, the Famicom in Japan did have a keyboard accessory. Doctor is going to get sued for malpractice. Dr. Mario. Now that one you just kind of mash the A button. Some good old Mario Paint. And again, it still says Andy up there, so it's totally like a misrepresentation. Now, you can go change that anytime from the audience. From the options. But we won't bother. What about Dr. Wario? Yeah, Dr. Wario, that was one of the really cool things about this game too. It was like the extra games you could unlock, like Sheriff, Dr. Wario. It's pretty much like a whole other game, just inside this one. And you find that a lot less these days. Around the GameCube era, there was a lot of times when Nintendo would stick like retro titles inside their GameCube games, like being able to play Metroid and Prime. And things like that. You see a lot less of that these days, I feel, because they want to sell it to you on the Virtual Console instead. They don't just want to give it to you for free. Which, I mean, it's technically not free because you're buying the game that it's included with anyway. But it just feels like you find that kind of feature a lot less these days. Now, this boss game is the one that's, like, the fact I'm really good at retro games doesn't help me win this. Which sucks because everything else about 9V is all about retro games. And then suddenly you get this kind of change of pace. He's just Big Pharma. How do you unlock Pyoro? The first one is, I think, just by beating the main game. And then the second one is by getting the high score on every single micro game. Which is the only thing I haven't done. Even if I did like one a day, I should do that. I could probably do that. The beginning of the end was Smash Brothers Brawl, where you could just kind of like demo the games, right? That was definitely an interesting feature. And there we go. Whoa! Alright. I have to hand back my retro game license after that one. There's something very strange feeling about playing Mario 1 in WarioWare. And I think it's because there's no B button. So like there's no run. And it just feels a little strange. But that was unacceptable. Landing right between two Goombas. That's like the nightmare I think everybody's had at one point. Vacuum's easy enough. There were some really cool two-player games in WarioWare, where like one player holds the L button and one player uses the R button to play games simultaneously, and that was one of them with the vacuum. I had some really fun times playing that as a kid. I went on a trip to Ottawa and Montreal in grade 7, and I took my Game Boy Advance, and I took WarioWare, and I was one of the most popular kids on the bus. Everybody wanted to play some good old multiplayer WarioWare. So yeah, I'll always have fond memories of that. And don't forget how to insert your Game Boy cartridge. Masterpieces were also in Smash on the Wii U. I played Smash on Wii U for like a day. I have to admit, I don't remember too much about what was in that game. I don't know what it was about it. I just didn't play it all that much. And then a day is obviously an exaggeration. I played it more than that, but definitely not as much as other Smash Brothers games. Alright, here we go. One more. Alright, all of our lives back. Very nice. And we just, like, play that cat. Smash 4 was best on the 3DS. You know, I've never actually played the 3DS version. I remember when people's thumbsticks were breaking because of that. It was very, very weird. And wow, I guess I pressed A a couple too many times. I really gotta get back into the groove. Type E. This isn't so much like having retro game skills, but just knowing your keyboard. Hopefully you don't type Dvorak. I remember when Smash 4 came out on 3DS though, like everybody at university was playing it. It was really cool to see that. Of course it was like the first time there was you know, a portable Smash game. And there you go, I would have been very embarrassed if I lost a Game & Watch game. After just how much Game & Watch I've played. It's hard to believe that my month of Game & Watch is already like, you know, a quarter of a year old. Where has the time gone? 9V is cool. Yeah, 9V is just awesome. I love it. I love just, you know, this quick, rapid succession experience of all these retro games is really fun. DK was going off right just now. Yeah, he was really upset. How about having to play the original Donkey Kong arcade game in Donkey Kong 64? That was always awesome, I thought. Having to play the whole thing on one life? Like, what the heck was Rare thinking when they did that? I bet there was a lot of people who got stuck at that as a kid. Get in there! Oh no. Okay, so we won't be able to get back to full health after this boss. Urban Champion just did not seem to want to work. For whatever reason, that guy did not want to fall into the sewer. Alright, so we can only have 2 misses this time, which is kind of a big deal. Oh, now they disappear and go high. Interesting. Alright. Oh gosh. Yes! Wow, perfect! I cannot believe how well that just went. The Ultra Machine, yes indeed. Nintendo liked calling things Ultra. There was the Ultra Machine, the Ultra Arm. His name is not Shag though, is it not Franck? I guess there was just no consistency back then, perhaps. There we go. Don't question my Super Scope skills. Okay, can we actually do this time? There we go. It's awkward. Mario 1 doesn't have bounce physics like modern Mario does. F-Zero, I love this. That's probably like one of the coolest 9V games right there. Alright, now let's not get hit by the stars. Cool. You want to put grapefruits in the Ultra Machine. And hurl them at kids. Oh, I didn't read that part. I read the first part. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then I read the part about hurling them at kids. And then there's Angry Donkey Kong again. McDonald's Ice Cream Machine is the best anime character. That's interesting. Hey, I just replayed the second quest of Zelda 2 on the Zelda 1 on the Famicom Disk System. Don't challenge my Zelda 1 skills. That's easy enough. Get red. Here's the Ultra Arm. Isn't it weird that Ice Climber was in Super Smash Bros. Melee? Like, no one ever asked for Ice Climbers to come back. And yeah, they're just such an interesting addition to the game, and I just love that. You know, when Nintendo adds in characters that you just otherwise wouldn't expect. I think that's really cool. Okay, so we only have to do 7 now. But it's of course going to be faster. Uh-oh. But see, like, you can't anticipate it because sometimes it's slow, too. Ouch. Alright, so we're down to 2 health at 60. Not such a good position to be in. And wow, I really almost clipped that star. Ice climbers are cool for, yeah. I'm trying to read, but also trying to play. For wobbling, but not a fan of the moveset entirely. Yeah, ice climbers are very interesting. Donald McDonald. Nice. Whoa. That's from like an old Nintendo Pong machine, only released in Japan. There we go. See, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of 9 volt. Like, the hardest part of 9 volt for me is the boss. Because if you don't beat it, not only are you losing a life, but you're not getting one back either. Because I could be at 4 right now. See, that's the same every single time. Simple. Your brother is an ice climber main. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen anybody main ice climber before. You love the Dragon Warrior style intros in this section. Yeah, I love the whole RPG theme. I think it's awesome. Hit 5? I can do that. Oh, see, I anticipated the speed. Oh no, that time I didn't anticipate the speed. And that time I did anticipate it. And that time I anticipated it. And that time I anticipated it again. And that time I anticipated it again. And that time I shouldn't have anticipated it. Too fast, too fat. Shoot. Oh. Oh boy. I could have been at 3 lives. That's strangely easy compared to the other setups we've had. C. There we go. But see, again, that's what I mean about the boss being the part I hate most about 9 volt. I didn't move once, and I won. Andrew wins by doing nothing. It's always the left and right. Yeah! Yes? Please, no faster! Oh, I was close. Get into the manhole. Thank you. Oh my gosh, here we go. Another boss game appears. How many this time? Only 4. Should I just anticipate it every time? Frick yeah! All right, 90. Can we get 100? Can we actually get 100? Oh no! Wow. 10 more than my previous best. So close. So close. Wow. Maximum velocity, so close. Oh, so close to 100. I almost did it. I mean, we beat my childhood high score. So that's the strat for the baseball game, is literally just anticipate every time. There's no reason not to. And knowing that actually makes it kind of easy. Especially if you only have to get 4. 98 is good. Thank you, everyone. Wow, that was crazy. Do people want to see 9 volt again? Or do you want me to move on to the next level? Again, if there's time, we will come back to it. We'll see. This music is just like a jam. 1998. It's fitting, right? But wow. That was actually really good, though, beating my old high score. Let's go to the next one. We have another vote for 9 volts. All right, we'll change it up a little. Let's do, oh god, another Jimmy level. We'll do this Jimmy level, and then we'll go back to 9 volt. I feel like we're probably gonna be doing dribble and spits and 9 volt again later on tonight, just because I love them so much. So of course, the yellow Jimmy level is kind of a mixture of all the mini games that came from Jimmy originally, Dribble and Spits, Mona, and 9 volt. Maybe even some original Wario mixed in too. Yeah, like we've seen all of these games now, so they don't need any sort of explanation, I don't think. But they also don't start at their most basic level. I think that they all start at level 2, which is kind of interesting. Like that one where you just had to assemble the nurse robot. That's not the first level of that game. Game & Watch 1980 to 2021. Is it really to 2021 though? I mean, I guess depends on, they're still producing the Mario 35th anniversary one maybe? Yeah, how about that whole Mario thing where everything disappears after March 31st? There's just gonna be nothing for Mario out there anymore. Bowser's Fury comes out soon. Anybody picking that up? Are you still muted? You're not muted. I don't think you were muted, unless something happened in the chat that I absolutely missed. So this is interesting, because this time it's actually going higher than 15. I forget what number the boss is at then. I also actually forget which boss it is. Is it still Jimmy's boss, maybe? Okay, so bosses are at 20 now. I completely forgot about that. Okay, yeah, so it is still Jimmy's boss, but again, it starts from level 2. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yellow Jimmy took you so long. What part in particular? Just kind of beating to the getting to the boss. Who plays F-Zero with only that much health in their health bar? And those are some nasty teeth. You have the original Game & Watch ball from 1980 in the box. Now that is cool. Now numbers are easy to find on the keyboard. When you type on the keyboard, do you use the kind of numbers to the right? Or do you use the numbers along the top? Personally, I'm a number on the top of the keyboard person. I don't usually use the ones on the side. But I know like my dad's the complete opposite. Like he'll only ever use the ones on the side and hates using keyboards that don't have them. So even though we've only beaten one boss, I think everything is actually at level 3 now, which is kind of interesting. You use the ones on the side. Well, I guess I'm just weird like that. I've always liked the ones on the top. Let's see, that's such an easy game. You never got, hello Big Phil, never got into these games personally. The first one's my favorite. If you're gonna play any WarioWare game, I absolutely recommend the first one. Top number gang, heck yeah. So this one, I just usually don't start moving it until I get as close to the thing as possible, but there I waited a little too long. Alright, so we're only down to 2 lives though, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, as a kid, I never really understood that game, because I thought you were controlling the guy in the air, and not the trampoline underneath, so I would always mess it up. Because again, there's another game where you actually do control the guy, so it gets confusing. Let's get an extra life back, though, from this boss. Alright. Mario Clash reference. Yeah, right? I love that 9 Volts Games reference all these obscure Nintendo things like the Virtual Boy. It's really cool. As a kid, I had no idea what that was referencing, though. And then once I found out, I was like, oh, that's awesome. You got headaches playing that one? I mean, it goes on forever, too. It just kind of keeps looping, so... Yeah, you could play Mario Clash for a long time, and you would certainly have a headache should you play it for quite a while. I'm actually uploading a video tomorrow about something that gives me a bigger headache than the Virtual Boy, though. So look forward to that if you're into having a headache. Aha, this game, the one that totally destroyed me in 9 Volt, wrecked my thing from being 2 away from 100 points. Whoa, that was close. Alright, we're almost at 50 here. Get blue. Very good. Yeah, put some ketchup on your drink. Why not? There's probably someone out there who does that. Oh no! Again, that game's the same every time, so it's like a freebie. Oh, why is it always the baseball ones that get me? It's because it all comes down to anticipation. Like, is the ball going to be thrown fast, or is it going to be thrown slow? If it's thrown fast, then you have 0 time to react to it. But if it's thrown slow, then you're going to press the A button too early because you're anticipating it being fast. I don't know. Those baseball ones are kind of mean, I think. Are we doing alien, toilet, or nature first? So there we go. We made the high scoreboard. So I guess we'll consider that a victory. Last time we did middle, left, right. So I think we'll do the same again. Meaning that we start with Dr. Krygor, a person I already have over 100 points on. And how could you not love Dr. Krygor? His music is the best and represents the struggles of the every average day man versus the toilet. Now you know where all the toilet paper went back at the beginning of March. I always loved, though, Dr. Krygor's just kind of like theme, like reality. Eating a banana, cutting a steak. Ugh, it's funny. This WarioWare just really impresses me, especially the first one. I just think that just everything about it was so well done. And whoa, 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 whoa. I was just pressing A. I was just too excited there. It's not because I didn't know what I was doing, just because I was not paying attention. Yay, headaches, right? If you don't have a headache, you're not playing enough video games. No, that's never been me. I've never, like, you know, if I play too many video games, I get a headache. Just rest your eyes every once in a while. Dr. Krygor's boss is very interesting. We have to save the planet. Okay, so... There's a friend who I used to play a lot of WarioWare with back in the day. And we went to a Japanese restaurant, and they had pea pods on the table. So, of course, as someone who's played lots of WarioWare, you see pea pods, and you imagine doing that with them. So he started pinching the pea pods, and one of them kind of like flew out of it into the air, and he reached out to grab it and knocked over his drink and just destroyed everything on the table. And that was the last time that, yeah, I think he ever tried that. This game is a bad influence. Don't let your children play it. Or if you're a child yourself, you should turn the stream off right now. There we go. How many lives did he have before that? Yeah, I think that was his last one. His parents weren't very impressed. Your Game & Watch collection is Oil Panic Ball, Super Mario Bros, and the 35th anniversary one. That's awesome. The original ball would be awesome to have. Pick a cat. There we go. I can't imagine there's probably too many other people who stream WarioWare these days. If you go to Twitch, you can like search by game and find, you know, a certain game you're looking for, and if anyone's playing it. I wonder if anyone still plays the original WarioWare, or am I like the only person? Pizza story, Christian says. Hasn't everybody heard my pizza story? But I will very happily tell it again. And in fact, it's very relatable, or you know, to the current situation here. Dr. Krygor reality. We're way back in like grade 9. To celebrate the finishing of writing our exams, a friend and I went to the Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat buffet. And, you know, I just finished my exams. I was super hungry. So I took probably way too much pizza from the buffet. And I think the waiter came by and she's like, whoa, that's a lot of pizza. And I was like, yeah, I guess it's kind of a lot. But then, as I was eating it, I realized I probably wasn't going to be able to finish it. And I got down to having like half a slice left. And it's like, well, no, man, the waiter totally called me out for taking too much pizza. I can't just let her see I didn't finish it. So I put the remaining half a slice of pizza in my pocket and took it to the bathroom where I was planning to dispose of it. But the bathroom didn't have a garbage can for whatever reason. And I was like, well, what the heck am I going to do with it now? So I put it in the toilet and flushed the toilet. And then the toilet started overflowing, so I just ran, paid the bill. And then that Pizza Hut closed down not too long after, so it was probably my fault. The end. Oh boy. So the moral of the story is, I guess, don't go to an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet with me. That's cursed. Yep, I'm the destroyer of business. That's me. Code was probably somehow my fault too. Good news, you're the only one. The moral is, don't flush pizza. Yeah, I'm not sure what inspired me to do that. Some say that slice of pizza is still there to this very day. That's why the king of all games, as I do streams like this. Well, thank you so much, Astafu, and yeah, just thank you. Thank you so much for joining and for all your support. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad to be able to play the games that don't get recognition that I think they deserve. Like, it's crazy to think that this game's almost like 20 years old, but it's still so fun. Andrew clogged the toilet so bad they had to close forever. Not a leaf. There we go. That's me. In this game, I want to talk about reality. I have no idea what to make of that game. It is weird. But I always approve of the ones like this where you just mash the A button. That is a long comment I will read as soon as I can. Oh, I pressed A right before it opened its eyes. It's okay, we can get that life back. Together he made, so we have to use the castle style in Super Mario Bros. 3, but he forgot to say what to make the lava. Oh no! Moral of the story is, don't put strawberries on your crackers. Isabella the First, Yu-Gi-Oh! There we go. All in kanji. Hope you're all having an absolutely awesome night. Thank you so much for spending your time here in this stream where we tell stories about clogging toilets with slices of pizza. Not going to hear that anywhere else. Speaking of pizza, the triangle rocks here have always reminded me of slices of pizza. For whatever reason, I just like pizza. I guess. When you start seeing pizza and everything, I guess it means you probably like pizza quite a bit. Realistic toilet, let's go. Hello, Diego. The small rocks are probably the worst ones just because you have to be so accurate with how you shoot them. There we go. Now we're done leveling up, it's time to get the speed going.
「 Okay. 」 「 「 「 「 」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 "」 「」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "」 "
Who puts strawberries on crackers? Yeah, it's definitely not something I've ever done before. I know somebody who puts maple syrup on grilled cheese sandwich. That does not sound good at all. You know, more power to them, but it's not my idea of a nutritious breakfast. There's one juicy steak. There you go. I know how to use a crayon. This game, like, when it's blinking at a mile a minute, I feel like there's more luck there than skill. I would have loved to have been able to get back to 4 lives, but I can deal with 3. You eat chicken nuggets with mustard. Now, honestly, I think that's better than maple syrup on grilled cheese sandwich. Cheese plus syrup is actually good. Okay, well, maybe I'm the one missing out here. Who knows? There should be more toilets in games. Yeah, there's not too many games that feature, like, a bathroom, I guess. There you go. We can go out for sushi now. Oh, I'll always remember that. That's such a fun memory with that friend. Going out for sushi and... yeah, the table, the drink was knocked all over it. So, when I went to university... one of the very first things we did on orientation week was like a whole bunch of people from my residence. We went out for dinner. And we were all sitting around the table. We just ordered our drinks. And the waiter totally comes to the table to bring our drinks and just dumps the whole tray down my back. So that was my first impression I gave everybody at university. It was that I got popped, totally dumped all over me. So the moral of the story is, do not socialize if you ever go to university. It's not worth it. Man, how many? This is taking a lot of hits. And I hate the small ones. They're so accurate. And there we go. There should be, yeah. Okay, so no kind of slow down now. Eat that banana. There we go. Other direction this time. I was like, connect. I had to go to the top right, but no, it was opposite. It almost tricked me. I'm actually the only person streaming Wario Ware. That's awesome. I mean, there's just so many games out there. There can't always be someone streaming every game, but if anyone is looking for some Wario Ware, I'm happy to be able to deliver on that. Hello, Mikey. Welcome back. Hope you had a good time. Yes, we have been busy. 9 volts was awesome, but also at the same time, very tear-inducing. We're having fun with Dr. Krygor right now, though. Well, I already have a score of over 100, but hey, I wouldn't mind another one. Wow, that gets tricky. Always remember that on level 3, that one comes back. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, if we can win this, we're back up to 4. If we lose it, we're down to 2. See how boss stages are so important? It's only getting faster, though. Welcome, everyone, though. 15 viewers now. Thank you all so much to everyone who, you know, wants to spend your time watching just some guy who clogs toilets. Stream. Well, we're down to 2. Shouldn't have opened up my big mouth. See, I feel like the rocks start moving faster, but the laser doesn't. So that becomes really tricky. Broccoli? Who wants that? I'm kidding. I'm actually quite a broccoli fan myself. I've never had anything against vegetables. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Honestly, I don't mind vegetables. Obviously, I would... Oh, no. Okay, wow. Thank goodness you got a second chance at that. You know, there's things that are... I have lost that 3 times now. That's 3 lives I could still have. Not even close. Alright, 84. But we've already gotten 100 on that one. And wow, that's actually a third highest score. Sorry, Dr. Krygor. You're still gonna have to, you know, struggle with the toilet there. If only there was some other way to go to the bathroom. But until you discover that, I guess your pain, not mine. Now it's time for Orbulon, who I got 97. So it's very similar now to 9volt, who we got 98 with. Can we break 100? What a big difference between those two scores, though. 55 and 97. My brain must have really grown between those two attempts. Because Orbulon is all about IQ games. Are you smart enough to figure them out? Orbulon's games tend to be longer and last a while to kind of give you a second to think. But if you don't got the brain, you don't got the pain. Something like that. Alright, which one is the real Game Boy Advance? Looks like it's probably the right one. Can you imagine if the Game Boy Advance had 2 D-pads? Hold up. No, while holding up, press A. Oh, my brain is already not going to be in any shape for this. There's like 1 or 2 doing Wario Land games. Oh, it's good to see Wario Land get some love. There we go. Of course, this is level 1. Once we get up to level 3, your brain's really going to be pushed to the test. I think Orbulon also levels up after only 15. Praise. Excellent. So yeah, it gets much more difficult. Alright, what are we looking for? This doesn't have so much to do with IQ, as it's kind of just annoying. That one's one of the games I'm not such a fan of Orbulon. Alright, and there's lots of memorization in Orbulon as well. Which, again, not too difficult right now. There we go. 2 D-pads, what is this, the Virtual Boy? That's so true! Picked a different one, I think. Yeah, the Virtual Boy has 2 D-pads. It's very rarely used, and like, you know, the Virtual Boy's... Whoa, okay, no. I didn't think about that one nearly long enough, I panicked. Yeah, in the Virtual Boy's extensive 14-game library, the double D-pads is not something that's often used. And this is not so much IQ, as it's just like, press buttons in a very obvious manner. Most wins. Well, it's pretty obvious. But again, that's what I mean. You got a lot of time to complete the game, so don't panic. What? Of course. Okay. Yeah, my brain clearly needs That's it, is it not? No. Oh, did I have to press A on it? Okay. Yeah. Back at the beginning of March, I was playing Brain Age like every single day. And I have to admit that as the pandemic went on, I kind of stopped playing Brain Age nearly as much, and I think my brain has shrunk. Knee Drop or Knack Drop? Isn't Knack a PlayStation 4 game? Just like chuck that game at them. Hungra is attacking. Is definite. So of course the whole shtick with this one is that you pick the options that actually make sense. So it's all about, do you know how to spell? You can use Strom, or we could use Storm. Virtual Boy is the retro future we deserve. Now this is like all just press A at the right time. Okay, so we have 2 lives. I was tempted for a second to kind of just give up and start again with a fresh set. But you know what? I'm going to prove to you all that I'm not a big dummy, and we're totally going to get back to 4. English is hard. Yeah, I mean, totally. There's a lot of really silly, you know, rules and such in language. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yay! Like, why does knife have a K at the beginning of it? How does that make any sense? Haze. Boring, I guess. I feel like haze isn't really a word that's used all that much these days. I can't think of a time when someone said like, oh yeah, I hazed them or something. Maybe like razzed or bullied. But yeah, haze isn't used all that often. There and there. Yeah, of course. Press A 3 times and then left twice. And I used the D-pad on the GameCube controller for that. There's no way I was trusting the control stick to press left properly. Do I speak French? Oh, 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 oh. Whoa. Saved it. Not really. French was mandatory all throughout elementary school. But I didn't really get it at the time. I feel like today I'd probably have really been good at it. And probably really put the effort in. But back then I just didn't get it. I don't know. I feel like it was never really taught all that well either. Tomato. That's a really easy minigame. I guess if it started going really fast, it'd be more difficult. Alright. Almost at the boss where we can get another life back. Oh yeah, you just kind of gotta press all the buttons. Don't you hate when you can't open your eye because there's, you know, buttons covering it? Match. Okay, come on. Yes. Don't panic. That's the trick. Do not panic. There we go. Most wins. Uh-oh. Red. Has to be red. Yes. Alright, boss time again. So with the boss, there's going to be more options to choose from. So we really need to get our English language skills on here. I'd love to play this in Japanese. I actually do own the Japanese version, now that I think about it. And see how this boss goes. Hook punch, hook pinch, hiccups. I mean, hook pinch could probably hurt. Shield. There we go. Yeah, the I and the E being mixed up there. I could see that being a problem. Thunder, thumber. Okay, there we go. And now it all comes down to kind of luck at the end. I don't like this. You know, it's all about IQ. But then it comes down to well-timed A press. It doesn't seem like it fits the rest of the battle. But alright, we're back up to 3 lives. After having a disastrous first part, the second round was actually pretty good. That's cool that in Canada they teach 2 languages in elementary. There's like no other language at all in the US? Where are we here? There we go. Only 1 button on that bottom one. It'd be hard to play games with only 1 button. I guess it'd be like Atari 2600. A, left, right, right, right. HP 666. It's very cursed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. There we go. Match. Yes. 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 I was on it. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not looking at the center. Praise. Nice. I always feel like that game's going to be harder than it is. It's like, it can't be that easy. That boss is obviously inspired by SMT. What? Sure. This is always an easy game. You had the option of Spanish, German, French in high school, all English in elementary and middle school, though. Very interesting. Yeah, our high schools had options of languages like that, too. But from grade 1, I was learning French in elementary school, but by the time I was at the end of my elementary school days, and my sister was starting elementary school, they actually changed it that you didn't start learning French until grade 5. So, I think that's still how it is now. But yeah, there's still definitely some other language in elementary school here. There we go. Can we actually get back to 4 lives? What is that? Strawberry? I think it's a strawberry. Don't put it on your crackers. What's everyone's favorite thing to put on crackers? Cream cheese is pretty darn good. Peanut butter can be good too. You started learning cursive in 3rd grade. I started actually learning cursive in 2nd grade. And what actually happened was I wasn't very good at it. So and we had these kind of practice sheets. I'll actually explain this after. I have to concentrate now. Boomerang. Wow, it's, yeah, boomerang. Almost did the one with the A for a second. Not because that's what I thought, but just because my eyes went to it. Crouch. Storm. Store. Okay. And then here we come with the A press again. There we go. All right. So yeah, I actually started learning cursive in 2nd grade, and what would happen is they would give out these practice sheets that I would have to fill out and then hand back in. But I wasn't very good at it at first because it's like grade 2. What kid in grade 2 can do cursive? So my mom would actually like write the letter. And then we'd erase it, and then I would like trace over it. But the problem is, obviously, it was way too good. So the teacher was like, you know, is someone helping you with this, or is someone else writing it? And I was like, no. But whatever. Obviously, it worked out in the end because I can write cursive just fine now. But yeah, that's my cursive writing story. What the heck one is it? No. Andy level HP 99, MP 0. Right? Like, gotta remember to bring those MP refillers with you. What kid starts to learn another language in the 1st grade? Yeah, well, I think that's why they changed it to grade 5. I guess they figured it was too early. There we go. Alright, so we're pretty much already guaranteed to beat the 2nd highest score. Which is pretty cool. So we're going for the top now. Which is heavier? Definitely the left. Striped cat, striped brown cat. Where the heck is it? I didn't see it. Maybe it was that one striped one I saw. People for some reason think that teaching another language at 1st grade is essential. I don't know. I feel like get a little bit more of a grasp of your main language first, but they always say it's best to start young with new languages. Hiccups, hook, punch. Play dead. Yes. Play bread. Overpower. Overpour. That would have been funny. Here comes the A press again. There we go. It's bad when it goes from like the bottom right to the top left. I hate trying to time that one. But okay, back up to 3 lives at 60 points. Alright. Somehow I keep getting lucky with that one because I never feel so good about it. Alright, where's the real Game Boy Advance? The left one, I'm pretty sure. Can you imagine if the buttons were on the left and the D-pad was on the right? That'd be so weird. Whoa! There we go. Praise. Cool. That should be good. Yeah. That's always been the fun one. I always like that game. Decide. There we go. There we go. You got enough on your plate with multiplication. I don't think I started multiplication until grade 3. But yeah, division was the one I had the most trouble with as a kid. Until it just clicked one day. It's like, oh, now I get it. Math was never, like, the worst subject for me. Until it got to, like, high school. And there was a lot of, like, you know, I don't get what the point of this is. I was unfortunately one of those kids who, like, all too often was like, you know, where am I ever going to use this? When I should have probably just been doing it. Pile. Okay. One word, interesting. Run away. Yes. Yes, okay. Alright, now it's the A press. Let's do it. Whew. Again, I hate that. You know, it's all about IQ until that, and then it's just like all luck, kind of. And we're back up to 4 lives again at 75. Oh, I was bound to do that eventually. And here's where we fall apart. I'm gonna have to read all these comments soon. Praise. Smart. I guess I'd have to be somewhat decent by getting this far. Oh no. I totally just cheated that. No, 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 no! That was not me! That was the D-pad not being perfectly pressed and down. Oh, I always worry about that. That was the Konami code too, I think. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. I just accidentally pressed a little bit in the wrong direction and it registered as it being incorrect. The D-pad on the GameCube controller sucks. Whoa, definitely blue. What? How can there be more red ones there? I definitely don't see that. Oh, that was going so well too. Of course I fall to pieces. Boom. Alright, that gives me a chance to read the comments. That was going well. Pretty decent second score, I suppose, though. Still not 100, unfortunately. Suddenly, early arcade games used to use... Supposedly, early arcade games used to use the action button on the left and joysticks on the right. And to punish righties, they flipped the controls. You feel like this is an urban legend. I don't know. I've always found it to be just fine that the control stick is on the left. But yeah, I can see it being either way. It's just amazing that, you know, we've all come accustomed to how game controls are now. But if they had been different from the beginning, we'd probably be just as used to it, which is weird to think about. But alright, I guess that means it's time for Cat and Anna, who, again, very close to 100, but we didn't quite get there. This is where all of you get to practice your Japanese numbers. So let's count in Japanese. Ich. Okay, well, maybe let's concentrate on winning the games and then count in Japanese. Ni. San. And you get some of the Wario ones thrown in here as well, because this one goes up to 25 once again. Yon. Go. Roku. Yeah, of course. Cat and Anna, very, you know, inspired by ninja and such. So yeah, Cat and Anna as a kid, I don't know, I found their games very slow. So I never really played too much Cat and Anna. Obviously I played enough to get into the 90s for high score. But, you know, if somehow a mosquito biting a baby wasn't the thing I just could not wait to play Wario Ware to see. 1889 Nintendo. Yeah, this is Nintendo's HQ. Back when they used to, you know, own love hotels. All that watching Puyo Puyo Champions comes to help me follow with the numbers. Is there Japanese numbers in Puyo Puyo Champions? I actually haven't seen too much of it. That's cool though. But yeah, I guess if you don't really understand the numbers, you're not going to know how close you are. But right now, Junana, Juhachi, and 20. I don't have too many comments for Cat and Air's games. There we go. There we go. In terms of those words, like the speed up and boss, I can't tell you. Those are just extremely, I don't know, maybe like ye old Japanese, but they're not anything that makes any sense to me today, as someone who I think is pretty well versed in Japanese at this point. So yeah, it's probably something, an older style or such. But here we go. Here's the boss game. You got good old Mount Fuji in the background. And on every morning, you got this guy who has to float over the work. You'd think it was a pain, but at least he doesn't have to deal with the traffic, I suppose. And you even get like smaller platforms, ones that move. I actually don't remember it going on this long, especially for level 1. And I think this is the end. And then you drop into this green liquid and victory. Characters count the chain in Puyo Championship. If you play with the Japanese voices, it's in Japanese. Cool. My Switch is always set to Japanese. Hello, the Green Lightning. Welcome tonight. Hope you're having an excellent evening. You have to play this through the Ambassador program, so you know it's a lot of fun. There's a small potato. The 3DS Ambassador program was just so cool, and it's crazy that they never released Game Boy Advance games on the store, on the 3DS. So it does feel like really special to have those on there, as someone who was on the Ambassador program. Could you do a video about the 3DS Ambassador program? What would you like to see in a video about that? I mean, of course, there's just like introducing the games that you would have got. Talking a little bit about it, perhaps. Yeah, we could see about that. Alright, 33. And here we go. Again, one of these Wario games mixed in. Didn't even have to move for that one. Could show the certificate. The certificate that does literally nothing. I mean, yeah, I could totally do that. Oh, no! Okay, well, there you go. The sword is getting shorter, but we'll make that back. No problem. 39. Woo, that was close. Can you transfer the Ambassador program games to a newer 3DS? Yes, so I had the original sized 3DS back in the day, which is, of course, I think what you had to have if you wanted to be a part of the Ambassador program. You had to buy it before the price dropped. And then later on, I bought a 3DS XL, and I was able to transfer everything over to that 3DS XL. No problem. The certificate, all the games, everything. But unfortunately, it's not like I could have it on 2 3DSs at once. Everything gets wiped from the one that you transfer from. Alright, here we go. Boss again. Let's beat this and get all of our lives back. The clouds are getting a little smaller. It reminds me of like, Mario 1. When as you get farther in the game, the platforms shrink eventually in the later worlds. What's the red one do again? Oh, it made it faster. Huh. I honestly forgot all about that. And then the blue one slows it back down again. Cool. As if it's not already, you know, fast enough. Whoa, that was risky. That was way too risky. And it doesn't just speed me up. I think it speeds, like, everything up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't like this at all. I don't remember this minigame being such a hassle. That was close. Oh, that felt bad, but I did it. Hello, Jay. Welcome. Hope you're having a great night. We are currently in the middle of Kat and Anna's games in Wario Ware Mega Microgames for the Game Boy Advance. After this, we have another Jimmy review stage, and then we have Wario 2. Then we might try Dribble and Spits and 9 Volt one more time, depending on how long things take. Yeast Bunny, welcome as well. I know I haven't streamed in the last while, so I'm so happy to see so many familiar faces. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope to stream more, in the future. I understand that January just wasn't the best month for streaming. And especially if I go to Japan. They say that Japan has, like, the best internet ever. So I can't imagine it should be too bad to, or rather too hard to find some good speed internet regardless of where I go. And there you go. That potato did not jump at me. 57. And again, another Wario game thrown in there that has nothing at all to do with the whole Cat and Anna theme. It's like suddenly you go from, no! I would have had it too, I just waited too long. So catch. Whoa! 2 losses in a row, I don't like that. And there's no guarantee we win the boss either. And I don't like this game at all. There we go. Time zone woes? Yeah, so the thing about Japan is that it is currently 14 hours at... Oh, wow. Wow! Falling to pieces right when it matters. They are 14 hours ahead of Eastern Time Zone. Once Daylight Savings Time is not a thing anymore, it will be 13. But I would be totally okay with streaming in the morning there. Which would be night for all of you. Or maybe vice versa, night there, morning for you. We could try some different things, of course. I plan, if I go to Japan, to completely revamp my sleep schedule. And I haven't bothered to do that here because it would just get wrecked if I go to Japan anyway. But wow. Alright. Hilariously, we ended at 69 points, which is 1 away from making the high score table. Darn it. Darn you, 69. Darn you. But I think that's enough Cat and Anna. Cat and Anna, much like Jimmy 1, is just kind of very slow. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't get anywhere near 100, but now we have Jimmy the Red, where my high score is actually 83, which is better than the other 2 Jimmys, or even, like, yeah, the other 2. So let's see what we can do with this one. Pick a cat. Oh, yeah. This is the first stream you've seen involving you since the Brony stream from long ago. Which Brony stream? With Milesluigi? Or, like, when I was on the Round Stable stream talking about my collection. That would be really long ago. Like, 2013 long ago. Whoa. Well, thank you so much for joining. And there we go. We know how to make ramen now. There's a rumor Ultimates Online is better in Japan. You can do a video about it. Huh, I'd not heard that. I would definitely look into it, though. So, if I go to Japan, things I would take include my AV Famicom and my Switch. And, a whole bunch of games for the Switch and my NES flash cart. I would also take my Super Famicom flash cart given to me by Milesluigi. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. And I would buy a Super Famicom there. I always wanted to get the mini Super Famicom. So I would just kind of take the first opportunity I get to pick up one of those. And I think that while I'm in Japan, I'll slowly build up like a mini game collection. Obviously, it won't be anything massive. But like I would try and find like an orange GameCube, for example, maybe a 64 version that was never released in North America, and just build up like a, a not massive but a decent sized game collection over there. And I think that would be a lot of fun. Rather than just kind of take everything with me, it would give me something to do over there. And as mentioned, I would definitely also be looking for Game & Watches, because I feel like that's something that would be, fairly reasonable to find in Japan. Plus, they're small and wouldn't take up much space, so that could just be a lot of fun to do. That is a mushroom, I think. I don't... What is that even? So after this, again, we have Wario Part 2. And then we will likely look into redoing Dribble and Spits and 9-Volt, and then calling it a night. But this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Hope you're having a nice time. And we jump right into the 3rd level of Jimmy's boss here, which is kind of cool. Whoa! I almost got destroyed there. Worked out, though. And all the games are also on level 3 already, too. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm happy you're enjoying it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A. Yeah, whether you use the D-pad or the control stick on the GameCube controller, I feel like there's accuracy issues. Ooh. Well, my photography skills need some work. So that was what happened in the Orbulon one that we did earlier. Was I was trying to enter the Konami code, and then just one of my button presses did not register as I had intended it to. Oh, by like a pixel. That's okay, we can get this back. I'm not too worried about the Jimmy ones though. I'm actually just really excited to get to Wario 2. Wario 2 is really fun. And the boss especially. It's just like a really good way to end the game off. 1. Yes, but Isabella the First, I hope you're having an absolutely excellent evening. Am I going to step outside Nintendo's building? I've actually already done that. Last time I was in Japan. No. I thought there was a couple bigger ones on that side, but no, I guess actually there was the same on the other. Yeah, I've been to Nintendo in Kyoto. Unfortunately, you don't really get to see much. There's like a gate in front of it that's usually closed. And if it's not closed, there's like a security guard standing there giving you the stink eye. So I didn't want to stand around too long. The building is actually very sterile. Like, it's just a solid white cube-shaped building. There's no like statue of Mario outside, nothing fun. It's almost spooky in a way. It almost feels kind of like a prison. Alright, let's beat this boss and get an extra life back. Yeah! Alright, 2 lives. Holding start select while booting up a Game Boy game gave it a Game Boy border, and I wonder if the Game Boy Advance does the same. I've never heard that it's the same for this. But that'd be interesting. I always pause there because I just kind of visualize it in my head. It's better than just letting the time run out. I think that should be right. It's a bland white box of a building containing the magic inside. You have to wonder what goes on inside. Is it just like Miyamoto screaming at people not to include unique characters in Mario games? I hear he hasn't actually been involved with the last few Mario games. There we go. Okay, let's do this. 45. I still have quite a ways to go before we're in the 80s, though. It's amazing I made it that far. What? I disagree! I definitely pressed A before I was bit. Yeah! Oh, that's great to hear. On the 3DS. I know on the 3DS, if there's a certain combination you hold, it makes DS games smaller so that they don't look as kind of stretched on the 3DS screen. What? You have to be really close on that one. And that's Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy is Jimmy. I don't think anybody came here to watch the Jimmy review levels. We made the high score list. That's enough. But here's what we're all actually here for. Wario 2. And I've never actually cleared 75, which means I've never even cleared the third boss. Let's make that our goal tonight. 100 would be amazing. 75 would make me very happy. Okay, that was a demo. That one didn't count. Now there you go. Who doesn't just want to eat a submarine sandwich? This game is legendary, says the real Sean W. Stewart. It absolutely is. The original WarioWare. Like, no matter how many WarioWare games they make, I don't think that anything will ever beat the first one. If you go to Japan, please try going to the Nintendo Playing Card Co. Ltd. building. Yes. I know that there's like a plaque still where the Nintendo's original headquarters used to be. I did not see that on my first trip there, just because I was with my family. Not my first ever trip to Japan, but the time that I went to Kyoto and saw Nintendo, I was actually with my family. And I didn't think they'd be too interested in that sort of thing, but on my own, I'd be totally interested in, like, you know, taking the detour to see that. Let's do it. Good luck. Thank you. There you go. That's how simple that is. I have to admit, I've always loved the kind of laptop computer theme that this game has. I'm so nostalgic for like Windows XP that I think that just makes me love this game even more. Oh yeah, here we go. It's not even 9 volt and we're still getting to experience those retro games. And of course there's some classic introduction Wario thrown in there as well. I like ones where you just mash the A button. Now this is not my favorite game. Ooh, whoa. Now here we go. That's classic Wario right there. Bashing through those walls. And the first level of that game's really easy. The later ones, not so much. Now that's a hard one to do, especially in the later levels. Wario's not taking none of those eye drops. Whoa. It's bad when I'm already having a tough time and it's level 1. Alright, so here's the boss, which is like a whole epic adventure in itself. On a skateboard, so let's do it. See, skateboarding was very cool in 2003. Tony Hawk had made everybody think that like skateboarding was the best thing since sliced bread. So if you miss even one of these, you don't break through the ceiling that's coming up, so you can't afford to miss a single one. And of course, no final boss would be complete without an actual fight against the boss, which in this case is just like a square made in MS Paint, but you know, who's complaining? Sometimes you can get double hits like that too. I've never watched a speedrun of this game. I'd actually probably be kind of interesting. Does anybody actually speedrun this game? And of course, there has to be an escape sequence, where I think you just mash the A button, so we're gonna do that. And just like that, we beat the game! Except, since we've already beaten it, it kind of just keeps going. It's the golden poo from Breath of the Wild. There you go, you don't have to collect 7 billion Korok seeds to get it, you can just play WarioWare. Alright, now this is when things get tough. Don't be hit by falling fruit while you're driving down the highway. And now you actually have to fight against Mario. Get out of here. And this one I usually just mash the flippers. It seems to work out pretty well. And you still can't escape those classic Wario games. Wait a second. Wow. See, you know the pandemic's been going on a while when you forget how to play rock, paper, scissors. I haven't had real human interaction in like 500 years. Wario Apparition. Would you dare play Twisted? Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be able to stream Twisted. I've seen people try to play Twisted by putting the game in their Game Boy player and like twisting their GameCube. I don't think that works out so well. Now, should I move or should I not move? Not move was the correct answer. And here's another classic Game & Watch game, Vermin. So yeah, I can't lose those ones. Oh, barely. Yes! That one always scares me. Still doesn't like those eye drops. Yeah, I could try getting a DS capture card. Yeah, those have always been really cool. Oh, no. And again, I don't know how you're supposed to know what direction it comes from. Like, there's no time to react to that. Almost fell off. Okay, at the boss. If we can beat this, we're up to 3. If we lose this, we're down to 1. And again, I want to try and get to 75. So far, it doesn't feel like that should be an impossible task, but... What? What do you do? Stub his pinky toe? Okay, here we go. 25 games, no deaths. What are the chances of this happening? Floppy disks. You like how this got minified in gold? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Have you tried Dumb Ways to Die? It's very inspired by this game. No, I haven't. I had never heard of that. There we go. That's how you play rock, paper, scissors. Thank goodness. Alright, pinball. Pinball's one thing I don't think I've gotten any worse at over the break. Alright. We're a third of the way there. Now this shirt rips really easily, but we still did it. I like that he turns into Virtual Boy Wario Land Wario. Get off of there. Alright, less than 10 to go. I just, like, it's all luck when I win that one, I feel. Barely had the move for that one. Alright, easy game. Ever played the Super Mario World pinball game? It's actually really cool. I have on Game Boy Advance. I got it new for Christmas back in the day, and I loved it. I had a lot of fun, and I actually haven't played it probably since those days, so it might be worth a replay at some point. But yeah, I like that you collected stars and unlocked new areas. It was fascinating. Uh-oh. I was in mid-jump by the time that appeared. I had no time to get out of the way. If only I had one more life. But there you go, that's actually a high score. We'll do that one more time though. I think I can improve on that. And then following that, we'll do Dribble and Spits, 9 volts, and we'll be calling it a night. Yeah, Super Mario Pinball. I used to love all those kind of spin-off ideas. You don't see them nearly as much anymore. I can't believe they're actually bringing back Pokemon Snap. So I feel like I was going on a few days ago about, like, you know, you never see any of these spin-off series. It's only mainline stuff now. And then, like, the next day, Pokemon Snap was announced. So let's hope that's good. I'm actually pretty excited to see how that turns out. It would have been perfect on the Wii U because of the way that the, you know, you have the Wii U gamepad. But hopefully the Switch makes it work. Would have been embarrassing if you lost at 69 again. Yeah, we don't talk about that. That's Wario Land 1 Wario. Yes, you're actually correct about that. I really like the Wario with, like, the exploring hat. You don't see that anymore, but of course in Wario Land 1 and in Virtual Boy Wario Land, I really like Wario's style in those games. Yeah, if only I hadn't lost that, the second boss game. That was just a silly mistake I made on that part, but it's so hard to not lose the boss in this one because it's just very long. And it's just easy to make that one mistake that messes you up. But I think we got it this time. There we go. So of course, speaking of floppy disks, in one of my recent videos, I actually showed the machine that is used to make Super Nintendo ROMs, which is just so kind of funny. There are so many for Super Nintendo, more than any other console I've ever seen. So back in the day, a lot of people really wanted to play some Super Nintendo games without buying them. I guess you could then rent a game, save it to a floppy disk, and then return the game, and you could just play it forever. That would have been really interesting to do back in the day. I also have a Mortal Kombat cartridge that has a Super Mario All-Stars board inside. I'm assuming probably because back in the day, again, someone did a thing where they probably rented Mortal Kombat, wanted Mario All-Stars, swapped the boards, and then, you know, the store had no idea what was happening. And, you know, how do you prove who did it, right? Because the last person who rented it, you know, you can't just point at them because then they could just as easily say, oh, I didn't even realize it was the wrong game or something. I'm sure lots of shady things happened back in the day. Double hit. And there you go. Wow, that was easy. Hello, Devoutward Zero. One of the best Nintendo series. Yeah, it was, if you're talking about Wario Ware, it would be awesome to see it on the Switch. Wario Ware Gold is the last 3DS game I ever bought. And it was during that kind of period where I wished that they had just started making Switch games instead of still putting stuff on the 3DS. Like, it would have been neat if WarioWare Gold was a Switch game and maybe had some online capabilities. That would have been awesome. But now it's weird because they don't make Switch game, or rather 3DS games anymore, and yet it doesn't feel like there's more Switch games coming out. Now instead of having both, you know, 3DS and Switch games, you only have Switch games, and there's not too many. Of course, they say that it's because of the pandemic that there wasn't much in 2020, but we'll see if there's much more in 2021. I hope there is. Hello, Crown. Thank you for sticking around. Like, I don't think there's... What? I don't like that. I don't think there's any Mario games announced. Ooh. And now it just falls to pieces, apparently. Aside from, you know, the 3D World remake. And when was the last time there was, like, a real unique Mario game? I guess, Origami King. But wow, Odyssey was already, like, 2017. So it's almost been 4 years since, you know, like, a big deal Mario game. Make a new Wario Ware cards. I mean, Gold wasn't that long ago, I don't think. I want a new Wario Land game. That's what I want to see them make. I don't think there's been one of those since like 2010. Or maybe it was like 2008 actually, so it's been a long time. New WarioWare Party? Yeah, if they just put Mega Party games on the Switch, just like literally just take it and put it on there, I would be okay with that. I wonder if they'll ever put Nintendo 64 games on the Switch. I feel like they're not going to. I feel like when it comes to 3D games, Nintendo wants to cash in on them individually. Like how they put Mario 64 in the Mario All-Stars bundle. I feel like they're not just going to like let you have a nice library of 64 games to play. But that's just my kind of feeling. I feel like for Zelda's anniversary, they're probably going to release a bundle that has 64 emulated versions of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And it will have the HD collection versions of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Now, I'm falling to pieces here. Maybe I need to stop talking. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. It's either we get game over or we have 2 lives. And 2 lives was all we needed last time to hit 75. Here we go. Zelda 3D All-Stars, exactly, right? And I see Astafu, you left an epic comment. I will look at it as soon as I can. Uh-oh. There we go. Those explode if you don't hit them fast enough. We're gonna get back to that period after the Wii, where Nintendo starts playing it safe. Yeah, because it really felt like with the Switch, they were kind of putting those, you know, playing it safe days behind them. But they've kind of fallen back into them, it seems. In terms of, like, the games they make. So we'll see. Now, okay, I don't think that this part gets any more difficult. Do I just have to mash A? But yeah, the Wii days definitely felt safe. And then, yeah, the early Switch days with, like, Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, it's like, whoa, Nintendo was doing some really innovative stuff. But lately, it definitely hasn't felt like there's been as much of that. Zelda Triforce Collection? Cool name, right? But then, if it had 4 games in it, which of course, you know, the Mario Collection only had 3. So honestly, even when I talk about it, I do think it'd be surprising if they included 4 in a Zelda Collection. But, like, you have to include Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then you have to include Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Like, it just seems like there's no way to only make it 3. Even the GameCube collection, you know, had 4 games. Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. So, I feel like Zelda just has to be in, like, a bunch of 4. Okay, here we go. Oh, right at the last second. It's tricky when Mario keeps changing his, thing. So if we can just make it to the boss without dying, we instantly have 75. Oh, I didn't fall for that. They excluded Galaxy 2. Yeah, there you go. So which Zelda game did they exclude? I guess probably Twilight Princess, maybe. Whoa, almost went down the middle there. Oh, no. Whoa, the momentum in that game is bad. I jumped, and it was like Castlevania. He just did not turn back. All right, we're down to 1 life again. We're down to 0 lives again. All right, so here's the plan. And this is how we are going to end off... I didn't mean to press start. We're going to do dribble and spits. 9 Volt, and Wario 2. Each of those one more time, no do-overs, and that's how we're going to finish off the night. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. This has been so much fun, and I hope that you are all having a great time. It might just be Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Skyward Sword. That would be a weird bundle. You would like an easier to put together 4-sword adventure. 4-sword is still such a fun series, but impossible to play because you need like 4 Game Boy Advances, plus the ability to have friends come over to your house, which is not a thing right now. But yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. Here we go. 3 more rounds, and then we're calling it a stream. But this has been an awesome stream. It doesn't even feel like it's been almost 3 hours already. I've just been having so much fun. Classic WarioWare is just so great. But okay. So 3 more chances to beat high scores. And, you know, in Wario 2 and in 9 Volt, we'll see if we can break 100. 4 Swords Adventure would have been reworked for online play. Isn't there a game on the DSi shop? Like a 4 Swords game that you can kind of play online? I think I got that for free at one point, when the eShop had it for free. But I never really played it. But yeah, the GameCube 4 Swords Adventures game? Oh, that's awesome. And I've tried to have friends come over once, and it's like, alright everyone, sit you know, around the GameCube with these cords that aren't that long. I have some GameCube extension cords, but still, it just feels really awkward to play it. But like being able to have everyone have their own individual Switch in their hands and play it would be amazing. It doesn't have online, the Green Lightning says. Okay. Still though, it definitely sounds like it probably would work better than having to have 4 Game Boy Advances to play 4 Swords Adventures. I guess the idea back in the day would have been like each of your friends brings their Game Boy Advance and you hook it up. But that was never how it worked. 4 Swords Anniversary Edition never had online play. Okay. Mario Kid 64, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had an excellent time. I hope to see you in the next stream, which at this point I don't know when that will be. But yeah, hope to see you there. I hope you have an excellent evening. And again, we always get this Wario one with the cup. And I don't know how you prepare for it coming from the other side of the screen. I feel like it's just all luck when that happens. Will we be doing a raid? Well, we're on YouTube. Do raids exist on YouTube? Alright, so here we are, once again, at the first boss, where there are not even any red enemies, so we don't need to worry about anything shooting at us. And it's overall pretty simple. But, you know, saying that is, of course, the kiss of death. And I'm most definitely going to somehow find a way to die in it now. But wow, you really get powered up fast in this version. The green enemies show up really early. And you can just kind of use that to clear the screen, but then nothing came anyway. The only thing you're going to raid is the fridge. You do that! Have an excellent time. There we go. Yeah, the first level, without anything shooting at you, you kind of just sit here and don't have to worry about it. Of course, the score doesn't really matter. You get bonus points if you defeat all the enemies on screen, but points don't do anything. It would be interesting if they did, like, if you got more points, the boss is easier. That would give you kind of an incentive, I guess. So every single time last time I did purple, and it always worked out for me. So I guess we'll keep doing purple. I mean, it was scary a couple times, but in the end, I guess I didn't have too many complaints about it. And there we go. One boss down. I always liked the concept though of Dribble and Spits, just kind of the taxi ride. And what don't they end up at like the harbor, and then they're actually a mermaid? That was always a really bizarre story point. But WarioWare was all about being bizarre, and you know that was just great. Some weird, crazy early 2000s humor, nothing too serious. I feel like even the later WarioWare games were never quite as quirky. Well, I guess that thing being a toilet in WarioWare Gold was kind of weird. WarioWare Gold was also amazing because it was completely voice acted, and it was never like the most amazing voice acting, but man, it was funny. Yeah, that's what I meant. That your character ends up being the mermaid. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played WarioWare from 2003. Alright, this time we're going to do it. I got a feeling this time. We're going to beat 125, and my childhood will be complete. Then we can finally move on and be an adult. Actually, why would anybody ever want that? Yeah, there's just something about 124, though. It's like where I've always gotten stuck. Just because I just can never beat the boss once it finally starts moving that fast. Mario characters with fully voiced lines are cursed. I don't know, I feel like it worked in WarioWare just because WarioWare is always silly. But like, yeah, a Mario game. I mean, like, look at Mario Sunshine. I like the voice acting in that, and Mario doesn't talk. I think that's the correct approach to take. Except Egad. Egad is one of my favorite Nintendo characters, and the fact that he doesn't get more love always makes me sad. In the GameCube, it's like they really were trying to make him part of the Mario family. He has, you know, references in Sunshine, he's in Mario Party 6, but now he's kind of just been pushed off to the side and he only shows up in Luigi's Mansion games. Like, why not make him a character in Mario Party or Mario Kart or something? It's crazy. Like, I would absolutely love to see more Egad. He's definitely one of my favorite Mario Universe characters. Mario teaches typing? My favorite Mario spin-off. Like, if there was Egad merchandise, I would waste so much money on that. Alright, and just like that, I'm not even paying attention to the numbers anymore. We're already up to the second boss. But this time we gotta start dealing with red enemies, which is not fun. I think we start dealing with red enemies this time anyway. There we go, and then just kind of stand here, and then you can get both sides at once. Okay, yeah, so here's the red enemies. And even if you defeat them, like, instantly, it still sometimes feels like they shoot at you, so you really need to watch out for any projectiles on screen. That went okay, though. And also went okay, and having a shield always makes me very happy. Just having that safety net. I can't argue with that. Okay, so let's get blue, very good. That should give us the purple-pink boss. And now we have to worry about being shot, though. There we go. Mario's game gallery had voice acting. I wouldn't say there was anything wrong with them. There's some fun lines mixed in. Was the GBA one? No, I think that was a PC game actually. Everyone's Mrs. Boss Microgames deserved to be a full minigame. Yeah, it's awesome. I love shoot 'em ups, so I would totally have played that. It's actually a lot like Star Force. On the NES, so if you're looking for a game that's like that, definitely look into Star Force. Speaking of old games, did everybody see that there was a recent leak put out there of GoldenEye N64 remade for Xbox Live Arcade on the 360? Like, that's awesome. It looks great. It would have been really cool to play that. But hopefully people can, like, get it working now. That'd be really neat. I would totally be up for some online GoldenEye HD. What about Mario's Fundamentals? Oh, there are a lot of weird Mario spin-off games out there. Andrew, you should get a Lest collection? A Lest collection? I don't know what that is. Sounds like Celeste. Are we getting a new Donkey Kong video tomorrow? Asks Christian. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, tomorrow is going to be a collection review. Uh-oh. And Friday is Donkey Kong. The current schedule is Monday, collection. Tuesday, Donkey Kong. Wednesday, nothing. But in this case, I'm streaming today. Thursday, collection. Friday, Donkey Kong is the current schedule I'm on, with all uploads being 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a good collection of shmups. I will look into it then, thank you. One of my favorite shmups is Reflex. I remember I played it way before it went to Steam, back when it was like an obscure Japanese thing nobody had heard of. I love it how you... That was just really bad. You get the shield, and you can deflect projectiles back at enemies. I always really enjoyed that one. Awesome music. If I get big enough, I should go on Cinemassacre. Now, that's a really interesting comment. I don't think I'll probably ever be that big, to begin. But second of all, like, I don't know. I don't know if Cinemassacre would ever want anything to do with my stuff. I don't know. Cinemassacre is an interesting channel these days. The Angry Video Game Nerd's definitely not the show it used to be. But, I mean, nothing lasts forever, right? Like, just... I mean, they literally made a joke in one of his recent videos about how AVGN is like The Simpsons, and it's gone, like, way past its prime. I definitely feel that. Okay, so I screwed up and did not get the three-way shot, which is really scary here. Is it good to have the two-way shot? Like, can I actually defeat the boss faster by shooting 2 bullets at it at once? Oh, no. Almost forgot about that. Okay, we can't lose here because then we'll be down to 1 life. That'd be really bad. This makes this part really hard, though. Okay, so we're going into the boss with no safety net, but let's do our best. It's already blue, and I can't rest here because it still fires 1 bullet at you. Thankfully, you can just hold the shoot button. A lot of shoot 'em ups from back in the day make you press it every single time you want to shoot, but not this one. I feel like I'm not going to get a hit in this time, so I shouldn't try. Yes! Awesome! What could the headache game tomorrow be? You'll see. You'll never guess it in a million years. Also, you heard of Musha on the Mega Drive. Cool. I'll look into that, thank you. That's an equivalent to what your schedule is. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good schedule to have. I've been enjoying it. And sometimes, depending on what happens, the days get flipped around. Like Donkey Kong could easily become like Monday, Thursday. But yeah, that's what I got right now. Can you have a hint? So yeah, it's items in my collection, and it's kind of, in a way, similar to something we looked at a couple of weeks ago. You can also see these items in my video, which looks at my Nintendo 64 cabinet. That's a very specific hint. I'm happy you're excited for it, though. Now, if we could get all the way to 100 and get that life back, that'd be amazing. The N-Gage video? No, the video that looks at my Nintendo 64 boxed World of Nintendo cabinet from about a month ago. Is it Buck Bumble for Nintendo 64? It's not actually a game for a console. It's a standalone thing. N-Gage had some Sonic games. Yeah, it had Sonic N. We tried it in my N-Gage review. And it's definitely not as good as Sonic Advance. Alright, almost at 100. Oh, I just cannot catch a break with that one. Oh, so if we lose the boss, we're going on with 1. If we win the boss, we have a whole 3 lives for the final 25. I would love that. And yeah, this part feels really bad. Whoa, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, shield potential. Oh no, they were both about to go in and then they bonked. No, 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 no. Okay, let's get in there. Get in there. Oh, it was about to go in too and then I hit it again. Just go into the darn hole. Yes. Yes! Alright. Okay. Blue. And you really have to line up that shot. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're in the danger zone now. Yes! 3 lives going into over 100. Here we go. Shoot! Shoot! Oh, I hate falling for that. Darn potato. By the time I saw what was happening, I guess I should have moved to the center and got ready for that. Whoa, last pixel. This game's easy. Alright, we're on the high scoreboard, regardless of what happens. Oh, what a game to lose on. Oh, that's awful. Oh, those ones are so hard to time when it starts going fast, though. And there you go. We boosted that 114 up to 118. That's how it's going to end for Dribble and Spits tonight, but that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But 9-Volt, I'm not done with you. I'm not done. We're going to hit 100. I understand how to beat the baseball game now. If you want not as good a version of Sonic Advance, play the Android version. Interesting. Sonic N had an option to zoom the screen out? No, I did not know that. Huh. Supervision. I've been thinking of making a video about Supervision, Christian, but it's not. Yeah, if we could get over 100 with 9-Volt, that would be awesome. I would love to get over 100 in something tonight. Overall, though, we have obviously made some high scores, though. We beat 9-Volt. We got more, points here already than I ever had before. But never hurts to get a little more. So, on the e-reader, there's a whole bunch of classic NES games that were released in like 5-card packs. And back in the day, I did collect them all, and Ice Climber was the very last one I ever found. So for whatever reason, it was very hard to find for me. Okay. Wow, when it's slow, it's like, wow, very slow. But I think even just tonight, I've definitely learned more strategies for this game. I think that once you get like really fast, it's better to just anticipate it. And hopefully you get enough victories that way. There you go, double bounce. It always feels good to get a double bounce in the original Mario 1 because the physics are so weird sometimes. I need to play some more Super Mario 35. I haven't played that in like months, and we're only a couple months away now from it disappearing forever, so I guess I should probably check it out again at some point. And of course, if I do, I'll probably stream that. Because Mario 35 is a lot of fun to stream. I'll probably be out of practice though, so expect lots of silly mistakes. In terms of Donkey Kong Country 2, though, the next part is actually already recorded, and it's rendering right now. And again, as mentioned, it will be up on Friday. Wow, Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled has just been such an incredible project. I'm having so much fun with it. What? He went into that door! He went into that door! It's weird because he's like getting stuck on all the walls. Whoa, I thought that it was going to come over to this side. And just like that, we've lost 2 lives in an instant. But we'll get them back. I don't think we'll have too much trouble with that. The second I start talking about Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled, it all goes down. Game Wave final guess. Nope, it's not Game Wave. These are standalone games. They do not take cartridges or such, and they have the potential to be very loud, is the final hint I will give. At least I'm 99% sure that they were in that cabinet when I recorded that video. But Game Wave's a good guess, though. I reviewed the Game Wave way back. So it's like, you know, one of my not so great quality videos. But I haven't really felt inspired to redo that one at this point. You walked into the door frame. Yeah, Link's not too bright, is he? The mini arcade machines. Now you're onto something. One, two, three. There we go. It's funny because I think the Game Boy Advance re-release of Mario 1 was actually after. What? What? You can move through the middle of those? I thought all I had to do was hold right and I was done. I had no idea if I kept holding it, it wouldn't register. That's the first time I have ever seen that happen. When you say Mario 35 is going away forever, do you mean the ability to download it or its online services? Yeah, I think both is what Nintendo's made it sound like. Don't even have to move for that one. Yeah, who knows what Nintendo's thinking, honestly. And suddenly this is just going downhill at Mach speed. What's even getting back to 4 lives? I'm not going to give up on it yet. I'm just kind of amazed by how poorly I suddenly started doing. Tiger Electronics games are really loud. That's funny because I definitely relate what we're playing tomorrow to the obnoxiousness of Tiger Electronics. I lost? Okay. One more time for 9-volt. That was a trial run. As if the other trial runs didn't already happen. But yeah, I've really been enjoying looking at kind of, you know, more unique things in my collection lately. Things like mini arcade machines and Tiger Electronics. Things that not necessarily everybody else talks about. I mean, the Angry Video Game Nerd has talked about Tiger Electronics now, so I guess they're not as obscure as maybe they once were. But they're still fun to have a look at. Again, I'm glad though that you're, you know, excited for what's to come tomorrow, and the other reviews that I have lined up as well. Yeah, just not sure if I'm going to Japan yet or not, but I'm definitely going to do my best to review as many things as possible before I go, as I have been, you know, all year really. 2020, you know, was a lame year, but in terms of my channel, I really kind of did my best to upload and such, and you know, I'm really happy that everybody's been enjoying it. And my numbers are definitely up too, which is, it's cool to see. I'm not doing it for the numbers, but it is neat to see that when you work hard at something, you know, the views and such go up as well. 64-bit, 32-bit, 16-bit, 8-bit. How about the Tiger Electronic Virtual Boy head strap ripoff thing? That thing is awful. I do not own that though. It'd be cool to own that, just because of how bad it is. I used to make an effort to try and own every single thing that the Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed. It's obviously not really possible these days, especially with, like, he's reviewed the Nintendo World Championships, but that was the thing I used to try and do just for fun. In fact, I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret, and that is that I've probably... Or rather, I mean, not probably. I have never watched what is probably, I think, one of the Angry Video Game Nerd's most infamous reviews, from what I've heard other people say. And it's a classic one, so I've always wanted to watch it. But I've never seen his Plumbers Don't Wear Ties review. And the reason for that is because, like, a week before he uploaded it, I passed down the opportunity to buy the game myself. And I'm like, I've never heard of that game. Why would I ever, you know, bother buying that game for the 3DO of all things? And then like a week later, he reviewed it. I was like, no freaking way. And then when I went back to try and get it, it was gone. So I always told myself that I would watch that review once I finally owned the game myself. And all these years later, I've still never found it again. So I've never actually seen probably... you know, what people say is an awesome classic Angry Video Game Nerd video from back in the day, and I've always just kind of kept it in case I ever find Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. There you go. That's my angry video game nerd story. So someday there is still one classic AVGN episode out there that I can enjoy. And that feels kind of cool knowing that. You dodged the bullet unless it was free. Well, I mean, as a collector, though, sometimes you have to own the garbage things, too. And I don't mean, like, pay $1 bajillion for it, which, unfortunately, it is kind of an obscure game these days, where back then, it definitely would have been cheaper, which is why I just haven't, you know, gone to eBay and buy it. But yeah, that's my story. Added to the, you know, all the other stories we've talked about tonight. Alright, here we go. This run is going much better than the previous one. If anybody has any recommendations for other games they would like to see streamed, do not be afraid to drop them in the chat. No, of course, no promises or anything like that, especially with how busy things may be getting if I'm going to Japan. But I'm always happy to for suggestions. And even if there's anything I've already streamed that you would like to see me stream again, don't be afraid to suggest things like that as well. You understand why you've never heard of Alest or Power Strike. The first game was a mail order exclusive in the USA. Cool. I have 2 games I plan to Let's Play after Donkey Kong Country 2 unveiled. I mean, I'm not going to say what they are because obviously anything can change, but they are 2 games that I believe are very underrated. If you like the kind of games I've already Let's Played, like Banjo-Kazooie and the Donkey Kong Country games, I think you'll really like these games, and yet I think that they get a way worse reputation than they deserve. So that's my plan after Donkey Kong Country 2 unveiled, in case anybody was curious. But I won't be saying any more than that, because again, anything can change. Alright, here we go. Get blue. Nice. Carnival games. I'm not gonna be or rather you want to see me stream carnival games? That'd be interesting. Okay, wow. That would be a very interesting stream. I'd love to do a stream where I just play like a whole bunch of different games too. A lot of my streams so far have just been like focused on one thing. But I think a stream where we play a variety of games could be a lot of fun as well. In fact, Wario Ware almost kind of gives you that feel. Look at all the different games we're playing right now. Okay, so far we're having a perfect run, I believe. Lots of 4s in that stats bar. So you have to hit 8 here, but it's weird because after this one, it actually goes down to like lower numbers that you have to hit. So this is probably the hardest version of this boss. Dynamite Heady. Now there is an interesting game to suggest streaming. There's some stuff on the Genesis that I definitely haven't put enough time into personally, that maybe streaming would be a lot of fun. And there you go. Perfect batting average. Hope you're doing well tonight, Milesluigi. Thank you for sticking around and moderating the chat. Type 6. There we go. I always appreciate that game. It's not too difficult. I think we've all typed enough. I mean, you know, back in 2003 when this came out, maybe there were people who still didn't have their keyboard down, but I think these days we're all pretty good with it. Oh, that always feels bad. $50, halfway there. I like that Game & Watch has started to get kind of more recognition around this time, thanks to, you know, Mr. Game & Watch being in Smash Brothers. And you'd find the odd Game & Watch reference in other Nintendo games from around the GameCube era as well. Of course, you know, the Game & Watch Gallery series was still going at this point, too. Wow, the stretch for that one is really just do not move. 0.5 seconds remaining on that one. I anticipated it, and I paid the price for it. I feel like a lot of times the game right before the boss is insert the Game Boy cartridge. Which, I mean, I'm good enough at it, so I'm not going to complain too much. Okay, 7 this time. And unfortunately the speed is pretty up there. Alright, this is not going to go well. Yes! 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 Bringing it in when it counts, yes! That was a... Oh, and then I go do something dumb like that. Supposedly it did go well. Where is E on the keyboard, thankfully? It's the last 3 letters of my name backwards, R-E-W. Nice. Do you really just not move for that one? That seems way too easy. Wow. Especially when it's so fast. Okay. Suddenly this becomes really important. It's only 5 though, so I'm going to anticipate every single one. 1? Nope. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. So wow, the strat is literally just anticipate that every single ball is going to be light speed. That makes things... That's probably why I never got far as a kid. Because that actually makes a huge difference when you can kind of guarantee a win on that. Whoa! I don't like that. Stop increasing the speed, please! Hi! Thank you for being my biggest fan! Not this minigame again! Darn you, Link! Darn you! Alright, we've been downed. We got on the high scoreboard. I guess we'll consider that a victory. 98 though, that's a nice number. Someday we'll beat that. Someday. But to finish things off, we're gonna give Wario one last chance. You just realized you replied to a comment you said like 40 minutes ago. Whoops. Oh, here's a leak going around that Breath of the Wild will release in Q2 of this year. Oh, that would be incredible. Isabella the First. And please do not be afraid of replying to a comment, whether it was just said or whether it was said an hour ago. I appreciate the discussion. I am really excited for Breath of the Wild 2. What will be released first, Breath of the Wild 2 or Metroid Prime 4? Let's hope that Breath of the Wild 2 doesn't undergo what so many other Zelda games have undergone in the past. Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild, where it was meant to be on one console, but it got pushed back so far that it ended up on the next console, technically. But I don't think it's going to have that problem. It is weird we haven't heard anything about it in a while, though. Call you Lizzie. Thank you. Well, Lizzie, I hope you are having an awesome stream and an awesome night. Desperately hoping for Breath of the Wild 2. I totally get that. I haven't played Breath of the Wild since around when it came out, so I should probably do a replay of the original before the sequel comes out. What is happening? 1 minute. Crown Official. I don't know what you're talking about in the chat, but please keep it. I don't know. just keep it relevant, I suppose. Please. How long did it take me to learn Japanese? Yeah, so I've been studying since 2012. And I've just been doing my own thing. Like, I haven't really followed any particular study plan. I've, just kind of found my own materials, done my own thing. I did take some classes back in my university days, but I'd already studied prior to that, so it's not like it's because of the university classes that I got to where I am. I was always pretty ahead of them, really. But they did help in some regards. But yeah, since 2012, so like, almost 10 years now, it's kind of hard to think. And there's probably ways, if I had spent more time in Japan, I'd probably be even better than I am today, but I'm happy with my ability, and I'm happy I've been able to use that knowledge to, help others out as well, translate some games that didn't make it over to the West. Yeah, it's been an overall awesome experience. But yeah, if you want to learn Japanese, be prepared for a massive time investment. It's very fun and very rewarding, but it can certainly have its tough points in the middle. Lizzie, you plan on streaming it soon? Sorry, I'll look at the comments in one moment. We are in boss mode now. I think I haven't died. I've honestly completely zoned out from what I'm doing. It's weird when you kind of get that into the zone in the game and you don't even really pay attention to what you're doing. You just kind of do it. I've been talking non-stop and not paying enough attention to what I'm actually playing. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I didn't feel very comfortable just kind of throwing it at the corner and hoping for the best. Oh, that's kind of a stressful boss. It's easy to get crushed, but now I just have to mash the A button so I can read comments while I mash the A button, I think. Desperately hoping for Breath of the Wild 2. Where did I last read? A lot of good Breath of the Wild videos out there on things you can do to break the game. Weapon duping is a must, absolutely. You plan on streaming it soon with the Elgato? Maybe we could hang out and play together. Yeah! Yeah, Lizzie, absolutely. If you're streaming Breath of the Wild later, that would be awesome. I know you're just kind of getting into streaming, so anyone who wants to go over and give you a follow, that would be awesome. You stream mostly on Twitch, though, I think. Learning Japanese sounds like a huge pain. Okay, I've never dedicated years of my life to it. You say that, but I know you're studying Japanese. It's totally worth it. It takes a while, but it's super, super worth it. Yeah, Yeast Bunny, you've been gradually learning katakana. That's where it begins. Katakana and hiragana. Those are the two things you really start looking at, and it all just kind of grows from there. Yeah, the Green Lightning, like, that's just it. Study a little bit every day. Just have fun with it, no pressure. And you'll get there eventually for sure. You're using Kawaii Nihongo. I've never heard of that, but it sounds like it's probably pretty cute. So I hope it's working. You want to learn Japanese to play JRPGs. Maybe I need to start uploading Japanese language videos. Japanese tutorials. I feel like there's probably a lot of potential views in that. Uploading Japanese language videos. I don't know, I'd just be afraid. I'd say like one thing that was like, just a little incorrect. And then the comments would just blow up with like, you don't know Japanese at all, do you? Whoa! Wow, our first death at 40. I can't complain too much about that. See, I'm always really bad at that game when it's not the first level. I just feel like I never hit them for some reason. Okay, so here we go. I don't think we've ever been successful at a boss other than the first level, so let's actually try to beat this time. So watch out from above, not too difficult. It's when it's do both at the same time that it's kind of tough. And of course, this is our last thing, so getting game over here means that we are done for the night. Alright, here we go. New territory. Uh-oh. Whoa! I wasn't expecting a moving one. Once again, one life to go all the way to 75. This is not going to end well. And then last time I said that it did end well. But I feel like this time it's probably really not going to end well. And Mario, like, see, how is that fair? Mario literally changed his thing right as I was pressing the A button. Oh man, and with that, I think we're gonna wrap up. I don't know, I was feeling really good about that, and then it all fell apart after 40. Let's see what the comments have got going on. Bundles that comes with extra stuff. Your understanding is that the app is very recent and not very old, so I'd be surprised if you already knew about it. It sounds great, though. You know, if you're going to learn Japanese, it might as well be with a cute app. And Compile made 4 of the 5 games. Yeah, Compile's a cool company. Cool stream. Thank you very much, Diego. Wow. That was fun. Unfortunately, we didn't beat too many records. But we did pretty good. And I hope that all of you had fun, because that's what's really important. Again, it's been a little while since I streamed, so it was neat getting back into that again. But yeah, hope you all had fun, and unless there's any last words, I think we're going to be ending off. I really appreciate all of you joining tonight, and I hope that you all have excellent evenings yourself. Good night, Christian. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeast Bunny, thank you as well. Hope that you have an excellent evening. Take care. And again, there's an upload going up tomorrow, and I'll see you all later.